Hello.
What's up, bro?
Hey, how are you? Uh, so couple things based on what I see here.
First of
Uh,
all, where are you from?
I'm from the United States.
Very vague. I like that. Okay, and go ahead. Your
27,
thoughts. Well, I'm so sorry.
27 years old. I thought you said age.
No, no, no. You're fine.
Okay.
But go ahead. Give me your thoughts.
um, the three biggest failures in USA: Muslims, Democrats, and Black Americans. Is that your opinion?
Do you have a different one?
I don't think it's. I don't think those are the top three.
Okay, so give me a group. Give me your number one, and then I'll go through my groups and give you why I think they're a bigger failure, and we'll see what we got.
Okay.
So, what's your number one group of people?
Well, how are we failure in this sense is kind of a what are we defining as a failure? Like how are Muslims a failure in USA? Like
That's the great
what
thing. You
you know what I
define
mean?
it yourself. So you tell me what group you want to put on that list and tell me
What
why.
group
So,
I would classify as the biggest failure to the success of the United States? I would put probably Israel, number one. Okay.
okay.
Number
How is Israel a group of people?
well let me
Actually,
just
go ahead. Go ahead. Go
let,
ahead. Go ahead.
let me just finish my top three. Two, I would put Republicans and Democrats. Okay.
That support Israel.
Uh, yeah, I
All
would
right.
say
Very
mostly
good. Number
just
three.
number three. Uh, I would say donors.
All right. So my first question is very simple. What age did you start hating Jews at?
Hating Jews. I don't hate Jews.
Of course. What age did you start hating Zionists at?
Uh, Quite recently. I mean, I feel like everyone has kind of been awakened to what has been
You
happening now for the past
okay?
20, 25 years.
All right. And so if somebody walked up to you and said, I hate Jews, what is the number one reason you hate Jews?
I don't hate Jews. I don't know what your
Oh,
point
I'm
is.
so sorry. Hate Zionists. My apologies.
Uh, I think it represents a Israeli supremacist state.
Okay. And elaborate.
I think well, I think the biggest problem with Zionism is that it's become rooted in American politics,
Okay.
which
Okay. So I'll be honest with you. If you came up here and said, I want to get rid of every fucking lobbyist group,
I
um,
did. I said donors in my
hold on
third
one second.
thing.
Let me finish my thought. If you came up and said that, I would be all about that. But the fact that you didn't mention the top 20 lobbyist groups that donate more money than APAC, that's where I get the whole hating Zionists, hating Jews thing. So why are you focused on an organization that is not as impactful as others?
Oh well, it goes deeper than just let's
Of
say
course.
APAC. It goes deeper than just let's say APAC. And I did by the way
You
say
did
that
say donors. That's fine.
donors
Just
were a
focus
big
on the
problem.
bigger point.
Okay, okay. The bigger point is that Israeli donors should not have control over U.S. politics.
And
And
how
that
do
is
they
very
control?
prevalent in the
Okay.
past 25 years of American foreign policy. What is
How
American
do they
foreign?
control?
Wait, let me just finish.
But
How is American foreign policy benefited America or American citizens? It hasn't. It's benefited Israel and the state, the government of Israel, not even the people of Israel necessarily.
okay, so let's just talk about this administration. Donald Trump has cut a whole bunch of regulations to help with energy production. How has that helped Israel? Okay. Donald Trump has made our border more secure. And that's what he ran on, right? So, how has that benefited the state of Israel?
Brother, we give billions of dollars to Israel annually. It's not just Trump. It's the United States government. It's the
Okay,
Pentagon.
once again, you want to criticize the U.S. government for how they spend their money, and they spend it too much throughout the world, without going down
I
the
think
road of what happens when we with Israel. That's fine. I get that criticism, but why aren't you bitching about Ukraine?
I am.
Okay, great.
I actually am. Yeah. I
Okay,
think I think we shouldn't be spending foreign aid like this. I mean, when you look
but hold
when you
on. I
look at
just
the
don't want
debt,
to hold on one second. Stop. I don't want to gloss over the fact that you said essentially that every policy that our government passes or whatever enacts, it's because of Israel. Can
well,
you give me an example of how that is the case?
Ukraine has a long history to
No, no,
Ashkenazi
no.
Jews, so
Give me an
there's a long
example.
history there
Wait,
and
hold
how
on one second.
Ukraine benefits Israel.
Do you hear me fucking talk?
Go ahead.
Okay, give me an example of policies that Donald Trump has put in place here in the States that Israel wanted or they're benefiting from it.
Well, let me say this, and I'm not talking about just Trump. Again, I said the U.S. government. Uh,
Let's just focus on this administration since that's what's going on and it's only 9 months old, maybe 10 months old, 9 months old. So let's focus on that. So give me a policy that has been passed or signed into law that benefits Israel.
well, I know that Trump had Benjamin Netanyahu over to discuss the real estate plans for Gaza. Okay,
Okay. He
so I
also
know
had the Prime Minister of Canada at the White House today.
there's a big difference there because literally the entire world right now is against Israel, besides the United States.
Okay, so actually, let's focus on the question was what policies have been enacted that benefits Israel. Your response, correct me if I'm wrong, was Trump was talking with Bibi about plans for Gaza.
Yeah, before they even released the hostages, they were discussing real estate plans for the land before Israel even got their hostages back. Think about
Okay.
that. Think
Okay,
about that for a second.
no problem. You want to criticize that, no problem. But what I don't get is the question was what policies have been enacted here that benefit Israel? Let's just go down this road of the United States getting land in Gaza that would benefit the United States. So I'm still looking for something that you to back up what you said.
Well, has the U.S. stopped funding Israel?
The U.S. hasn't stopped funding a lot of places.
Yeah, I know, and that's a big problem.
That's fine, but let's focus on your thought process that, once again, your words, not mine. You said that everything done here in the States benefits Israel.
I
I
said our
need,
foreign policy, everything from our
okay.
foreign policy benefits Israel. And that is absolutely true when you look in the past 25 years in American foreign policy.
Then why is it that some of my friends in Israel have been upset with Donald Trump multiple times this calendar year alone?
Well, why have so many Israelis been so upset at Benjamin Netanyahu as well? I mean, I don't know what you're trying to
Once
say.
again, let's focus on if you're going to say that this president, everything he does is with Israel in mind. I don't think that's the case. I
I don't
think
think it's just him.
okay, but I could give you once again, if we were Israel's puppet, I don't think Bibi or my friends in Israel would be upset with Donald Trump.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Okay.
Your friends can feel however they want.
Oh, okay. Do you think Jewish people run the world?
I think Jewish people is a broad statement. I think you want me to admit something that I'm not willing to admit. I think
No,
Zionism.
what I'll be honest with you. I think you're a pussy. And the
I'm a
crazy thing to
pussy.
me is there are so many people that hate Jews, and instead of just coming up and say it, they're like, "Well, no, I actually just hate Zionists."
No, you want to frame it as if I do hate Jews, and that's
Once
not
again, I'm
true.
not saying it's the case for you. I'm just saying most people that
Brother,
speak.
you just call me a pussy. What are you talking
Well,
about?
that you are. That I'll confirm that. Um, and I don't get the thought process because it's so easy to like kind of
It's
spew
like
up.
you want
Hold
people
on
to
one second,
become
please. Hold on one
anti-Semitic.
second.
It's like that's the
It's
goal
so
here.
easy to spew out bullshit, but then whenever I say elaborate or back up what you're saying, you have no clue. How many times did you make a statement and then I asked a follow up question? your answers make zero sense.
Can I just ask you a question? Or a couple questions, like, a question and then a
You
follow-up
have
question.
not answered one of mine, to be clear. Whenever no, you have
Your
answered my
questions
questions.
have been baseless, though. You're talking about what your friends in Israel have said. Why do
No, no,
why do I
no,
supposed to care
sir,
what your
sir.
two friends in Israel said?
You said that the state of Israel has a great impact on U.S. politics, right? So I'll try it again. Elaborate on that statement.
They are they there was how many U.S. state legislators were in Israel just this past month? What was it 250 in
Okay.
Israel? So that's, I mean, there are signs here that Israel does have a lot of influence over U.S. politicians. This isn't some,
But how many went to Mexico for spring break? Like, do you hear yourself?
not 250
Okay, so
altogether,
because
taking a group picture in the middle of what's going on right now, which is a genocide. It is.
well, you call it a genocide. I mean, who gives a fuck what it is now, right? I mean, it's
It's yeah,
wrapping
it's,
up.
it's literally
Once
over
again,
because
it doesn't
everything is
really matter.
gone.
I'm not going to get into the debate on the war, but what I'm okay. So the question was very directly: how does the state of Israel have a direct impact on U.S. politics? Your response so far has been some members of Congress went to Israel. Oh no. Okay, so can you elaborate further on how the state of Israel is impacting U.S. politics?
Their foreign policy.
Okay,
2004, weapons of mass destruction going after Iraq. There were no weapons of mass destruction. Benjamin Netanyahu going under Congress saying,
okay.
he's been
Hold on
saying
one
this for
thing.
30
You
years
just
about
go,
Iran.
if you can. Once again, you want to criticize Bush and Cheney? Fuck them. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
I
them.
do. I do criticize
Once
them.
again, no problem. But I'm talking about the last 9 months.
What about the last 9 months?
What? Give me something for the last 9 months where the state of Israel has affected U.S. politics.
Well, it's been affecting politics for years with the
Okay,
fact
no
that we send
problem.
them aid.
Okay, no problem. Want to criticize aid? That's fine. Not going to go down that road because unfortunately we do it for a shit ton of countries. So can you give me anything else?
Yeah, but that's the problem. I see people, the same people who are calling out Ukraine, rightfully so, are not willing to call out Israel. And why is that?
Maybe because Israel is an ally of our country,
And
and
so is Qatar.
Ukraine. Wait, I'm sorry.
So is Qatar, right?
Okay, fair enough.
And what
But
happened to Qatar just what, like 2 weeks ago?
what
Maybe
happened?
less
Tell
than
me.
2 weeks ago?
What happened?
Oh, well, Israel said they were, you know, doing a strategic strike on Hamas,
Okay.
and it was not successful. Of course, most of these aren't very successful, and many, I think it was like 83% were civilians. Some even
83%.
U.S.
Where'd you get that number?
What are you disputing it?
Where did you get that number? Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
disputing it?
Once again,
So what do
where?
you think? What do you
Third
think it
time.
is?
Where did you get that number?
It's been across many
Name
news
one.
sites.
Name one. So many you can't fucking name one. What are you typing?
I'm trying to find the source, dude. I'm not fucking
Wait,
a
you just
human
said so
AI.
many. But once again, I just want to point out just how comical it is that people like you come up here and you say this crazy ass
Oh, people
shit.
like me. You mean a majority of the country right now? Ugh.
Whatever you want to say, I'm not going to sit here and fact check that. But even if it is the majority of the country, when just saying to you, just very simply, explain what you mean by they're impacting U.S. politics. Usually they go towards APAC, which you did do, right? APAC has very little influence. And then your next answer was something like 200 members went to Israel. Like I don't get it. I don't get how you can be so pissed off at a country when you have zero facts to back up your thought process. And I mean that
because
sincerely.
because the U.S. economy right now is suffering, and meanwhile the Israeli
How?
economy is thriving.
How is our economy suffering?
The debt is increasing.
And that once again,
Inflation is still as high as it was when Trump took office, pretty much. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. The economy is not great right now, and the Israeli economy is in a way better
so
place.
if somebody
And
came up
the
to you on the
Israeli
street,
economy,
wait, hold on. If somebody came up to you on the streets and said, "Why is our stock market hitting record highs?" What would your answer be?
uh, the rich motherfuckers in Wall Street.
Okay, okay,
I
but
mean,
it
the
is a
Trump
good.
donor class,
Wait, say that again.
the Trump donor class.
But I'm guessing close to 60% of America is in the stock market some way somehow. Whether it's 401k or they're a day trader or they just do it for fun or whatever.
Yeah, and a majority of Americans feel like the cost of living is too high. So I don't know what we're not. I mean, come on.
Okay, so the metrics you want to give me that the economy sucks right now. What metrics would you give?
Inflation.
Okay, and what is inflation now?
It's 2.7, right?
Okay, and what is considered normal inflation? Year over year, of course.
Like point. Are
No,
you talking about like
don't start with
increase
a
over
point.
year?
Don't start with a point. 2% is normal year over year. Okay, so we're a little bit higher than that. Do you know what it was the peak under Joe Biden?
Oh yeah, it was high. It was like
Well,
what, six, nearly six.
it was 9.1. All right, so what I don't get is if inflation is so bad, which it's really not.
It is
Um,
though.
okay,
Groceries are high right now. Everything is expensive.
okay. Um, but like whenever they had the Labor Day where they put together like a Labor Day cookout, things were cheaper year over year. I just once again, can you give me another metric? Because inflation really isn't that bad. We're 0.7
Well,
percent
I mean, all you got
higher.
to do is really look at the polls of everybody talking about the cost of living. I mean, a lot of people don't think that the economy has gotten any better. I mean, everybody can admit that the
But
Biden
you
economy
have
is
to
terrible, but
wait.
those same people are admitting, even Fox News polls, claiming that people disapprove of this economy and think that it's even worse off. This was a poll, I think, early September. Fox News
But
poll.
why is it you? Let's face it. 40% of this country, Donald Trump could cure cancer, and they will bash the man for it. Okay, that's a
And
Democrat.
the same is
Okay,
going to go for the Democrat side. That's how this country works now.
no problem. So even whenever you look deeper inside of the polls, Americans trust Trump and the Republicans by 12 points on the economy, by 10 points more on the border. Now, there are a couple things where the Democrats lead by a couple of points: democracy, environment, the typical bullshit, women's rights, the typical nonsense that the Democrats, dick ride them for. So, if the economy is so bad, why is it that Americans trust Trump and the Republicans more than the Democrats?
Repeat that last part. What'd you say?
Why is it that if the economy is so bad, according to you, the economic expert that I have before me, why is it that Americans still trust Trump and Republicans more?
Well, where are you getting that from?
CNN, hold on, I could tell you the exact date. Hold on one second. If you, it's Ipsos. Which party has a better plan? This was on September 24th. Crime, Republicans plus 20, immigration plus 18, foreign conflicts plus 12. These are all Republican favored. Economy plus 10, corruption plus 6, gun control plus 4, and political violence plus 4 as well.
And this is a poll where the question is, who would you trust more?
Very good.
Okay, so that's kind of an irrelevant poll because the poll I gave you just before was talking about do you think the economy is in a better place from when
Okay,
Trump
no
took
problem.
office.
No problem. Won't fact check that. Give me another metric where
That's,
the
in my opinion, a more,
of course.
accurate poll than whatever you just
Yes,
said.
of course. Makes 100% sense. Give me another metric where you think the economy for the United States is terrible.
The debt.
Okay, that I'll be
The
honest.
debt. They're not.
That's never
Well,
going to change.
yeah,
As
and
a
that's a
Republican,
problem.
okay, that's fine. As a Republican, I get pissed off at my party that if a Democrat is in office, they are more responsible. But the second a Republican gets in office, they act just like Democrats. So I think it's a fair criticism for the Republican Party, but that's not changing anytime soon. So do you have
Well,
another?
it would if we changed. That's what I'm saying. It would if we changed our foreign policy a little bit.
So walk me through it.
Well, as you
Go
said,
step by step.
we're sending a lot of aid to all these countries, right? Too much aid. You said it
Okay,
yourself.
so get me to the point where we get to 38 trillion.
Well, how much does Israel get per year?
How much do you think?
7 billion, right?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
So how many
rid of-
years would it take us of saving 7 billion to cut off 38 trillion?
well, I mean, if you look when the debt really started,
Wait,
it
can
really
you answer
started.
that question?
Well, let me. I'm answering your question. If you look when the debt really started to become a problem, it was in the early 2000s, right? When we went into Afghanistan, we went into Iraq.
Once again, you're deflecting from my question.
No, I'm not, because it connects.
Okay. Once again, no problem. The problem is the debt. The solution is stop funding Israel. 7 billion.
More than Israel. I said Ukraine as well.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So what? We're up to 9 billion. No problem. Great. So how many years of saving 9 billion would it take to pay off the 38 trillion?
It's a good start, and I think every single American should be on board.
Gotcha. All right. Very good. You're a smart dude. Closing thoughts to you, and then I'm going to move on.
Uh, I just saw your page. You have 2 posts. When did you start this page?
Wait, what? That's your closing thought?
No, I'm just wondering.
I started it yesterday.
Oh, you started yesterday.
Yep.
Huh.
All right. Very good, bro.
All
Be
right.
good.
Yes, sir. I don't like the fact you call me a pussy, but
All right. I think it's a Cosby. Cosby, where are you from? All right, Cosby. Kurt.
Yes, I just wanted to point out. Sorry, it's gonna sound a little bit crude, but how do you not see the extreme differences in the scenarios?
Tell me more.
Well, Charlie Kirk was done by an extremist, and what happened with George Floyd was a collection of, well, both casual and generational racism. One ended up being a build-up of, well, it just, the end result was that. And then what happened with Charlie Kirk was initially a tragedy. There's no doubt about that one. It was done by an extremist. They're 2 vastly different scenarios.
Okay, so let's just recap. One died of a fentanyl overdose, and the other one was taken out by a far left nut job. Okay, so regardless, I'm not even, just hold on. I'm not even talking about the way that they died. I'm strictly talking about the response. Why didn't somebody from the black community in Minneapolis or from the United States say, look, I'm going to fly into name any city that was on fire, and we're going to have a prayer service. So instead of going and looting, let's pray. Why didn't anybody do that?
Well, because, again, you're comparing an everyday situation to something that happened one time to a Republican.
Okay.
So again, you gotta put it into comparison here.
But once again, here in the United States,
with black
there's
men.
more white people that die from police officers than black people.
You're not understanding what I'm saying here. When it's a daily occurrence, one would assume that this is how this was going to go.
Okay.
You would assume that, right? But when it comes to one Republican, and I do admit that it is a tragedy and it should not have happened, I do not agree with it. I'm saying the two scenarios are very different. And you're being disingenuous by comparing the two.
Okay. Well, point blank, I don't really care what you think. And I think it's a shame that people come up here and say the things that you do, where there's a group of people in this country that look for any reason to play victim, look for any reason to go set fires and loot. So it is what it is.
Again, you're being disingenuous with this topic.
Great. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just wanted you to make sure. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that you understand that these two aren't really comparable.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anything else? Oh, no. All right, Cosby, you're back, Cosby. Go ahead, Cosby. What do you got, sir?
I didn't ask to be brought up.
I'm sorry?
I didn't ask to be brought up.
Well, I didn't ask you to come up.
I must have mistapped or something.
Twice, but that's fine. Be good, Cosby.
In USA. That's the Confederacy.
Sorry. Wait, I'm so sorry. Where are you from?
From United States, Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. And what brings you up, sir?
You're leaving out a big failure in the USA, which is the Confederacy.
Okay. Elaborate.
That was a big party. Well, at least supposed to be a big party at one point. They had a lot of, how could I put it? I'm not even gonna word that. I would say they wanted a lot. They inspired for a lot, but they never made nothing. They never made none of that happen. They went to war and they lost the war first quarter, and still to this day, people are still holding on to that flag and culture of a lost war, lost culture. So it's like that's a bigger failure, and still to this day, we still have those people still trying to input Confederacy culture into America when they lost and they've been around for like 5 years tops when they were around. So it's like that's the biggest failure in USA because people are still trying to live off that failure from years ago.
How have they lost, say, in the last 5 years? Like, that's what I'm really talking
Say that
about.
one more time.
Like, currently today, who are the biggest?
What are you talking? See, you didn't listen to nothing I just said.
Okay, go ahead.
I said they lost their war within like 5 years of them first starting. Not within the last 5 years of today. Talking about within the 5 years of them starting their party.
So tell me, tell me their biggest downfall over the last 5 years.
Over the last recent 5 years, that what you're asking? That has nothing to do with what I just said. That's you keep asking me the last five. That's not what I'm implying.
I got it.
I said that their party, their party was destroyed.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Stop. Let's just go with this century, right? We have Muslims committing a shit ton of terrorist attacks. Do you agree or disagree?
Okay, so you're not talking about the Confederacy anymore? You don't want to talk about it no more? You're talking about something else? Okay.
Once again, do you agree or disagree that
you talking about Muslims now? Okay.
All right, very good. You showed yourself the door. Okay. Ugh. Go ahead, team. Where are you from?
Man, we done been through this before. I'm from Alabama. What's going on, man?
I apologize. Unless you're a hot blonde, I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
But
don't take
anyway,
it.
hey, why do you have the Charlotte versus George Floyd and the different responses? Why you have that up?
Because I can.
No, I mean, yeah, I understand it's your problem. I'm just asking though, why is it like? Do you have them? Is it a
I
comparison? Is
think,
it a
yeah, of
comparison?
course it's a comparison. It says, why were they different? Why was the response different? I
Oh,
think
okay.
Ghetto America looked. They saw a green light to go light shit on fire and steal,
Yeah.
and the other group of people that followed Charlie Kirk and most of
hmm
the Republicans, it inspired more
Well,
prayer.
Charlie Kirk was an activist, and I remember when, I don't know how old you are, but I'm a little older, and I came up in the time I went to a segregated school till I was about 5 years old, and I did a little history, and I remember, with Martin Luther King, he was unalive too, and I remember they told us that, the white people used to kick doors down and burn people's houses down and do all that same type of stuff to black people, back in the day. And so and I'm pretty sure, it's history told right here in Alabama where white people had lynched people and set their homes on fire and burnt down buildings and everything and just took a lot of shit from them. So up here I see that you say, okay, black people robbed and took things. Okay, well, sometimes in life, things change. Karma come around, and we have different aspects of things. Yeah, neither one of them was right, but hey, guess what? They have happened. Um,
Okay, so you're okay with it, and your justification or
Well,
explanation
well,
is
well, well. No, when we get up here, and I heard you, the other morning, I heard you, I be listening to you a lot, and I heard you say the numbers of black on black crime was higher, and did we do that? Yeah, we do. We have lots of, we have problem with crime in our neighborhoods and everything, but also, and I heard you say, damn, y'all do a lot of it to each other, and what is it per capita, but our numbers would never be the same for as we do have a lot on black on black crime, but our numbers would never be the same with the point where you have your people have slaughtered so many black people amongst itself. So we just can't go back and get those numbers because y'all slaughter people by the thousands.
okay.
Um
Okay, so
so
because
the
white
numbers will never
people.
add up. And then I went back and I heard you say something about if you want your TV stole out your house or what black people be doing and stuff like that. Then so I went back and I looked at the thing of that. White people lead in theft. Yeah, we own it. Yeah, you correct. We are 13%. That's what the census say, but I feel like it's more. White people still lead in theft. They steal everything that ain't
Yeah, but
nailed down.
every fucking crime, black
Hey,
people are higher than
listen, no, no,
13%.
no,
Like,
no,
get the
no, no,
fuck out of
no.
here.
Let me show you. Let me show you, and I'm finna give
Yeah,
you the
go ahead.
numbers.
What crime is lower than
Do go to the
13%?
Department of Justice
Go
for as
ahead. Go ahead.
drugs. Y'all lead in trafficking drugs. Y'all lead in trafficking drugs. Y'all lead in possession of drugs.
Stop.
Hold up,
Stop.
hold up.
Stop. Stop.
You
Stop.
lead. Listen, y'all lead in
You're
users of
not.
drugs. No, you said you wanna go by the numbers. I'm looking at the Department of Justice right here. If you give me the big screen, I can give it to you. Okay.
Okay. Tell me
You
which
also
crime there.
hold on. I'm gonna listen to you, sir.
No, no,
Okay,
no, 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 no.
Department of
Stop.
Justice, you
Stop.
lead in
Stop
that.
now. Stop
You
now.
lead
Stop now.
you
Stop now.
you
Stop
lead
now.
all
Stop
of
now.
that
Here.
in
I hear.
drugs. You you are some of the okay.
Look, you fucking dumbass. The question was, give me the crime where black people are lower than 13%. That's what I'm looking for. That's all. Okay, you're not going to overtalk me. That's all. It's very simple. Which crime is lower than 13%? That's all. Lana?
It, it's April, but I just wanted to say something to him, but I'm done because you already kicked him off. I was disagreeing with everything he said.
Uh, wait, which April?
Um, what do you mean?
Wait, do I know you?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, April.
Can you see my picture, or is not a picture up there?
No, I see it. But I mean, it's a small picture, but I mean, I'm not worried about when
Well,
here goes team. He was the one that was up here.
Hey Llama, hold on, Llama. You don't have to do it over here, Llama. I'm gonna open up in a little bit. Just give me a follow. You can come to my page and tell me because I got one about y'all too, about white people. Are y'all being attacked in America, or is it just common?
Once again, do you
hold on.
have the percentage? Do you have the
Hey,
crime where
look,
black people are
listen.
committing 13% or less? And you're gone. I don't know. Team, I don't know if you got reported. I did not drop your dumbass, but come back up if you want.
Hello?
Retro, how are you?
What's good? I'm alright.
All right.
Damn, I need a headset, but yeah, what's going on?
Where are you from, Retro?
I'm from Georgia, but well, I'm from Texas, but I'm in Georgia.
Oh, that's tremendous. And what brings you up here this morning?
Well, I kind of disagree with the numbers.
Okay.
The your top three here. I know, Dave. Um, I would say the Black Americans. You could probably switch that with white Americans.
Okay.
That's the first one. And it's because of the systemic oppression.
Okay,
Within the
so
past.
just, hold on. Let's keep it simple, Retro. I had a photo up a couple weeks ago where I list like 3 or 4 bullet points for each of the 3 groups I have listed up here. So give me your 3 bullet points on why white Americans are failures. Go ahead. Number 1.
Number one would be MAGA. That's a failure. That's a cult. So
Okay.
that's one major failure that they've got
Okay.
going on.
All right. Number
Um,
2.
Number two, I would say capitalism. The way that all the money is floated up to the top with the elites and stuff, and they're like, you guys are in like a entering an oligarchy kind
Okay,
of
because black
situation.
people aren't making money. Very smart. All right. Number 3.
Well, they're systemically oppressed. But number three, um, what's you guys are about to have civil unrest and destroy this entire country rather than just do right by the people that could have fed the economy and set down capitalism. If you guys would have chilled with the capitalism and paid reparations, this country would have been a completely different situation, regardless if it was a Republicans or Democrats. So that's your third failure, destroying this fucking country.
Okay. So number 1, uh, statistically, black people in America are more violent, right?
Actually,
Hold on one second.
statistically,
Hold on. I let
okay,
you talk. I let you
go ahead.
talk. They commit over half the murders in this country. Statistically, black people are more likely to light shit on fire and loot the place. And I'll let you respond to those 2, and then I'll go to my third. Go ahead.
Well, if we're speaking statistically, we'd have to talk about how black people are unalived by the cops at 3 times the rate of white people, and that's per capita. That's per million.
Okay.
Per capita. I know that's you
So
guys' favorite word, and so then and that BLM protest wasn't all black people, okay?
Misinformation.
But that's what it was about. Um,
do you
what do you
think
mean
you're oppressed
misinformation?
today?
I believe it's a domino effect of the oppression over the decades, over the generations, all the generational wealth that's been erased. That's where the systemic oppression kind of shows itself in the wealth gap. Basically, there's a huge wealth gap between the black community and the white community.
How
As a
many
result,
more decades can you guys use this victim card? Is there an
well,
expiration date on that?
we'd actually be able to use it to the end of the time because
Oh,
because
fuck.
you created such a huge gap. It's not fair. We can never catch up to you guys. Even if you guys paid reparations, you wouldn't be broke. Everyone would just be happier. And if we,
I have a hot take, and let me explain it, and then don't rip my head off. But I feel that America should stop talking about the period of time during slavery. And the reason why I say that, Retro, is because that leads to people playing victim and thinking that America is not great. We're the greatest country on this planet with a rough history.
well, Dave,
And
no, no,
if you never had that victim card to play, I feel that there would be a lot more people like yourself that would be more successful.
so,
Is
so
that too hot of a take, or is that like racist to think? Or
no, no, it's not bad at all, Dave. I actually agree. Slavery, like that's over. We can't quantify what happened there. It's the systemic oppression that we can actually trace and document through the United States Census back to the 1800s, through redlining, Jim Crow, the mass incarceration, all of that stuff. We can track all of that and prove and document all of that, and that's what reparations would be reallocating tax dollars to fund the repair of. So
But
that's
you
that's.
guys are reparations are never gonna be paid out.
I mean, that's your opinion. We're closer than we've ever been. There's a
How? Where are we
California.
close? How? Give
Cap,
me a metric where we're closer.
look at the California reparations report. It was almost
I
there
have
on
no
the
clue
table.
about it. Teach me. Well, go ahead.
Well, that's all you would have to do is Google it. They didn't push it forward. It didn't get onto the table, but it's like right there. They were discussing it and they decided not to do that because of whoever was making the decision as to whether or not it was going to be discussed. They keep kind of pushing it back, but they do have it all mapped out, planned out. They have bullet points in the outline on why it's not just money. You see what I'm saying? It's not like people want checks. I think you asked someone earlier when I was requesting about how much do you guys want for reparations before you
How
just
much
shut the
will
fuck up?
shut you up? How much will it take?
Yeah.
What will it take for you guys never
Um.
to play victim and never to whine and bitch again? What is your price? Because some
There.
people, it's a $50 gift card to the fucking liquor store.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
let's
So
be real.
it's not money. So I don't like to say pay reparations. I really prefer to say ratify reparations because it's not
Ratify
a.
reparations.
Yes.
Okay,
Make.
put that on a t-shirt. All right, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
So, what's it
Um.
going to take for you to stop playing victim and to move forward?
Property. Is one of the main things. Like the replacement of that generational wealth. If we can
Okay, so
close
we
that.
talking 40 acres and a mule still, or
No,
what?
no, no, no. We're talking about like some of these empty properties that billionaires own right now, that corporations
Oh,
own.
so you're
Millions.
taking those.
Well, they should be. These are the descendants of slaves. Are the reason why this is the first world country and why these corporations are rolling that money over and over, from Wells Fargo to Brooks Brothers to all of these top head companies that's making these almost trillions now, but billions. Each one of them could sacrifice a few billions without even raising any of our everyday people taxes. Pay reparations, repair it, and then you won't have to be spouting these stats, these skewed stats about crime and criminality when it's the proximity to poverty, and poverty was racialized through redlining. That's why I'm saying it's a domino effect.
Okay, so do you
Because it's not
think,
me.
honestly, sincerely, when was the last time the white man held you down?
No, that's what I was just about to say. It's not me. It's portions of the community that I care about that's affected. That's why I'm up here talking to you. You know, the people who need reparations aren't going to be able to hold this intellectual conversation with you, spit facts, numbers, a plan. They haven't done the research. They just need help. They need help getting to and from school. They need to be out of that fucking criminalized neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? They need to be in a suburb somewhere. They deserve it. They're descendants of the people who helped create these suburbs and these corporations who are just hoarding all of the money and swimming at the cream at the top and then blaming us for the results of our systemic oppression.
But you agree there are poor white people, correct?
What does that have to do with the systemic oppression of black people?
Um,
Poor white people were not redlined. Poor white people did not suffer Jim Crow. Poor white people are not part of the prison industrial complex. That's specifically the result of over policing in black communities. Which that statute you give 50%. You say committed, but it's not committed. It's the arrests.
yeah, but
They didn't commit the
and
crime.
that's a fair point. When I had that chart up, somebody did come up and point that out, and I thought it was fair. Then, whenever we did research on the convictions, it's actually 55%. So the number is even worse.
What about the exonerations? Because that also
Okay.
speaks to the
But
over policing.
see, to me, that is one of the. I hear a lot of dumb shit. I do. I hear a lot of dumb shit. But why is it that anybody would want to focus on a couple dozen exonerations and not the few thousand murders?
Because it's more
Why
than
do
a
you
couple
just feel
dozen.
like?
There's a percentage on the and it's not a couple of dozen. It's like 63% or 61% for the exonerations, which speaks to over policing.
But
Why?
once again, that's not in the thousands. What are you talking about? Once again, if you want to say it's 63% of the exonerations are black people, I think that's very fair. I don't know if it's accurate, but I'll just give it to you. But that's
I
only
believe
going to be a few dozen every year versus the
no.
few thousand murders.
Okay, but those are the results of systemic oppression, though. These people were crammed into these neighborhoods through redlining. Literally, they couldn't get houses, they
You
couldn't
have
get
all your
loans.
buzzwords down, and I get it. I
No,
get
no,
the
no.
Jim Crow, redlining, this, that. Like, I get it. You keep saying them.
Dave, you're acting like you really want to. You're concerned, like you really want an answer to the question. That's the answer. It's the result of that over decades, and then the criminality is also perpetuated through the incorporation of the drugs in the hood, the CIA. I'm sure you heard of all this
Oh,
stuff,
not the
right?
CIA. Yeah, I hear a lot of crazy
Uh,
shit. I've heard that the shootings in Chicago are actually white people wearing blackface. No joke, and that
I
is true love.
mean, that's a nice pivot, but ultimately, these crimes, this criminality, is the result of poverty being racialized. We cannot just erase that or move past that. If you spill milk on the floor, us not talking about it or not addressing it doesn't clean it up. In fact, we're going to start tracking it into other places,
Right,
right?
but when milk gets spilled, you guys act like it's the Great Flood,
Well, you
and
guys
they're
need to clean it
so
up. It
you know what I mean.
stinks.
That's the problem.
But these
That
stats you're
is the
quoting,
problem.
these stats you're quoting is the smell of that milk stinking everywhere, that spoiled milk that we're all just tracking over and trying not to talk about.
That's it. Like it's a shame, and it is because you. I could tell you are one of the smart ones. Kudos for that, but you still have this victim mentality.
Well, it's not for me though. It's not for me. It's for this portion of the community that's in the hood there. Now, of course, I may have been raised in that, but my parents were exceptional, right? And I went to private school, even though we lived in the hood. I didn't go to public school, right? So I was
So you
already
don't
set
have the
ahead.
victim card. You're here to talk. You're here to represent the victim card holders.
I'm here to speak up for the black community because they're on the list, and that's why I'm saying you need to take them off the list and put the white community on the list. Because if they can only stand tall when they cut other people down to their knees and they're still fucking losing, they need to be number three, not the black community that they're systemically oppressing and making excuses and diminishing.
No, I think I think if we could remove, if I was president of the United States, and any person that plays the victim card and thinks that this is not the greatest country on the planet, if we could deport them, this country would thrive even more.
Mind you, Dave, I agree. This is the
If you
greatest
take all the
country.
white people out, what's going to happen?
No, no, no. I don't want to get all the white people out, and I do agree that this is the greatest country. It's just the fact that you guys need to share the wealth and stop being fucking dickheads about it before you destroy this entire country. And at a certain point, once you guys have civil unrest and you haven't paid reparations, if you thought we tore some shit up during Black Lives Matter, and you think you're gonna keep this country and not pay reparations, it's not gonna be
Listen, I'll be
pretty.
honest. I'll be honest. The one thing that people should not be afraid of is Black America, right? Because you
Hmm.
send the National Guard into any of these cities, and everybody stays inside like a bunch of pussies, right? Nobody's
That's
coming
true.
out and doing their thug-like things. So I'm not worried about that.
Well, I'm thinking that the next step is going to be that they're going to, push a little further. They're going to start dragging people out. They're going to start trying to arrest people for dissenting and different things like that. And that's when you're going to have civil unrest. And it's not just going to be the black Americans. It's going to be some of the non-racist white Americans. It's going to be some of the all of
Yeah.
the other marginalized communities.
What percentage of Trump voters do you think are racist?
Oh, probably 99. I think the other 1% is too stupid to know the difference. But the rest of them are definitely, most definitely racist. Make America Great Again is a racist dog whistle. Charlie Kirk's rhetoric was all dog whistles and misrepresented stats. And yeah,
You think
definitely all
Donald Trump is
racist.
racist?
No, I think he's all he cares about is green. He doesn't care what color you are. He'll step over your dead body if it'll make him $1 million. So he doesn't care about you guys. MAGA. He's not MAGA. He's not a Christian. He's not any of the things his cult is. He's screwing everyone over on this revenge tour.
But who's more of a cult? Like, be honest, the Trump supporters or the Black Americans that are stuck on the Democratic Party plantation for decades?
I
Who's
think
more of a
that
cult? Like, be honest.
I think that the MAGA is more of a cult because they're looking past all of the shit that's on Donald Trump's resume. Like his
Yeah,
resume
but
is
Trump
atrocious.
voters can say, "Look, Trump has done things for this country." What has the Democratic Party done for the Black community?
Oh, civil rights movement, the DEI that you guys are so complaining about, affirmative act. There's a lot of things that were done by the Democrats that benefit portions of the community that we care about. Like I said, it's not we move in a more communal aspect, even though it's identity politics, which is divisive. At the same token, we're trying to swoop everyone in under the fold, whereas Republicans and conservatives are willing to leave a few people behind. We can trim the herd; it doesn't matter, and start with the blacks. That's the difference.
Do you agree that if we had to choose between Black Americans and white Americans, which one would you get rid of and deport
Oh,
first?
I would definitely get rid of white Americans first, only because they've had all this time in this country. And like I said, it's still blowing. They're still destroying it. Whereas the black people haven't had a real thorough opportunity to independently do their thing in this country without systemic oppression. And now that it's been so long, you guys want to act like it never happened or like it doesn't
Too
matter.
funny. So
Diminish the
what do you
results.
think would happen if every single white American left this country? How long before this whole country is literally on fire?
This would probably be an even better country if these racist, greedy, money-hungry, uneducated, snag-a-tooth, slack-jaw white people would get the fuck out of here. I don't think black people need white people to be here. We invented the majority of the stuff, and the damn patents were stolen. So it's not like we need white people to continue here to oppress us and fuck shit up for us.
November 1st, Trump signs an executive order saying November 1st, all the black people go south, all the white people stay north. Right? Let's face reality. A couple things. Number one, there will be wealthy, intelligent black people that want out of the hood that are paying me to sneak them up north. Right? That's number one. And number two, it's only a matter of time before you guys kill one another, right?
I was just gonna say it's only a matter of time before they get. Only gonna be a matter of time before one of the niggas in the north gets hung because he doesn't belong up there. If we're separating it, although I don't think that's fair to try to separate this country, we should just share it and share it for real instead of sharing it like I'll give you one crumb and I get the whole slice. That's the problem in this country. That's the victim card that black people keep complaining about. You guys took all the money from the top of slavery. You didn't break anything off to the people to repair what you did. You just set them free, put them into a system, and the system rotates itself around. So you acting like welfare is a handout, but in all actuality, more black people are paying into welfare that more white people are getting a piece of per capita because it's more white people in the country. So if they're at a certain percentage, it's 2 to 3 times the percentage of
so
black
if
people.
more white people are getting food stamps, etc., why is it that it's the black people that are committing more murder?
Because they're in the proximity. They've been redlined. They've been crammed in, they've been
But
crammed.
white people live amongst white people. They're in the proximity.
But they weren't systemically oppressed and crammed into these hoods at the same token. But there are some poor white people. But now whose fault is that? Why should white people be trying to get it out the mud after slavery? That's the failure. That's the failure. How the fuck you after slavery and all that systemic oppression and all that money that was stolen and you let it float up to the top thinking you're going to be a capitalist? You think what is it, aspirationalism, thinking you're going to be some kind of millionaire, so you fuck around and protect the elite and let all the money flow to the top? There should be no poor white people. And there really should be no poor black people. We should be right up under white people in the wealth because we were the two people who built this country. The immigrants should be up under all of us. However, the black community is at the bottom, which shows you guys hate.
But why isn't the approach just if you bust your ass and do well, then you should make it regardless if you're an immigrant, if you're white, if you're black, Chinese, doesn't matter.
Because it's already gone too far for you to say pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You cut them off during Jim Crow.
But we can admit there are very successful black people in this country.
Right, that's exceptionalism. That's exceptionalism. And those people are too scared. Once they make it up there, the black boule are scared to turn around and give a helping hand. They close the door behind themselves. And they also feed into the conservative rhetoric that it's these black people's fault for their systemic oppression. Just because they made it out, they don't give a fuck about the people that are getting left behind, that are rotating in that damn culture and criminality. Due to
at some point, there's going to be some kind of leader in the black community that's going to say, wake the fuck up, no excuses. What happened to your ancestors did not happen to you. At some point, somebody's
infiltrate.
Get that message
They
across.
infiltrate and assassinate them every time, Dave. That's why we haven't had one in 60 fucking years.
What about Barack Hussein Obama?
He's not. He's Hawaiian and Kenyan, not descendant of slaves.
Wait, who was our first black president? Some say Trump was the first black president, but what's your
I thought they were saying that Clinton was because as some kind of running, stinking, funky ass joke. But in all actuality, Barack Obama was the first melanated or person of color that was the president, but he was not black American, so he wouldn't count as a leader. Nor would Kamala.
But you voted for both of them, I assume. You definitely voted for Carmela.
But because they were Democrat, though, not because they were black.
Democratic plantation. There it is.
It's not because they looked black.
Because they were Democratic.
It was because they weren't doing... No.
So you're still on the plantation of the Democratic party.
It's the lesser of two evils. It's not that the Democrats are doing so much good and great. I have my qualms with them as well, bringing all these damn immigrants in here and shit. But I don't have as much of a qualm with the Democrats as I do with the Republicans, because Republicans are what? Repealing DEI, changing the goddamn Smithsonian Museum, changing the curriculum in the schools to take out any bit of critical race theory that these kids need to. If you learn critical race theory in school, you wouldn't be talking this shit about reparations, calling us victims. It's so disrespectful, but it's because of your lack of knowledge. You weren't taught up and brought up to understand what this country owes their community. So
Can you
here
tell
you
me
are talking
something
shit.
that's going well? Tell me something that's, I don't know,
Something that's going
something
well.
good for America since Trump is back in office.
Something good for America. Oh, that is so hard. I hate for it to be such doom and gloom, but I am like shit. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm waiting every day, like, to hear an alarm sound to know, like, oh, it's going down. It's popping off. They finally gonna just go on and just do it to us. That's what I'm waiting on. We shouldn't feel that way. I don't know what's good. I'm really trying to think hard of what has gone good since. Oh no, I'm not gonna say that. That was a tragedy. Got another question?
So is it a good thing or a bad thing that the border crossings are down or border encounters are down over 90%?
Okay, yeah, that's okay. But I think Biden and
Just good or bad? I just want good or bad.
good.
Just,
It's good.
Let's just
It
do
was
rapid
better.
fire.
It was better under the Democrats, but I'll give you a good for that one. I'll give you a gold
Okay, is
star.
it okay? That's a lie, but that's fine. Is it a good or a bad thing for America that the stock market has hit record highs? Good or bad?
That's only good for the investors. That's only good for the people who got the money to play with it.
Okay, there's a lot more people than you think involved in the stock market.
Excluding the black Americans, because we don't have the generational wealth to play in those fields or the education.
There's no black Americans in the. Do you hear yourself?
No. I'm
regardless?
saying there's a huge. Well, it's not the people that you're talking about in these stats committing all this crime, right?
Is it a good thing or a bad thing for America that the UN is going to pony up and pay 5%? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing. That they're gonna. Why? Hold on. Pony up and pay 5% for what?
To protect other countries, the U.S. is at like the max at over 20%, and some of
Okay.
these countries. So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it a good
Trump's
thing or
responsible
a
for that?
bad? Well, I'm so sorry.
Are you saying Trump's responsible for making that happen?
Yes, no doubt.
Okay. What were they paying before? Nothing.
Some of them were as low as 1%.
Okay.
Okay, so good or bad?
That's good.
Okay. Is it a good or a bad thing that Trump's trying to take action on the drug cartels, designating them as a terrorist group, giving border? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't believe that. I can't give him credit for that. I don't believe that. I think that saying it sounds good. I can say that. It sounds good, but I don't believe it. I think if there's anything going on, it's a kickback for Trump and a bunch of corruption.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, Donald Trump signed an executive order to designate them 8 different groups as a terrorist organization, which gives the Border Patrol and different organizations more weapons to take them out. Is that
I was
good or
just going to say authorization to kill more of them. Yeah, but I don't think that's solving the problem. That's my thing.
okay?
I
Is it
think
a
that's
good
just
or a bad thing that Trump authorized to basically take out boats from Venezuela carrying drugs? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. I'll just give you that one, but I don't believe that. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you that. That sounds good.
So whenever they released the videos of the boats actually blowing up, was that AI or?
I think it's a drop in the bucket. I don't feel like that's resolving the issue. I think there's just going to be some more ships and more quote unquote terrorists, and they're going to still be the cartel is not. It's not affecting the people who are in charge of this. I think if anything, Trump is in bed with them and rubbing elbows. Not he's just putting on this show for us. It's performative.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing for America that the murder rate as of the end of July is on pace to be down 20%? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing, but where? And
The report once again, and if somebody said why is that happening, this is throughout the whole country. That's number one, and number two, I think a big reason why is Trump is taking these illegals and getting them the fuck out.
Oh my God!
That's really bad.
So we're blaming the. That's a good thing. The deportations are a good thing, but we're blaming the illegals for the murder rate.
No,
And
I'm
with
not saying
from
that they're responsible for all 20%. I think law and order does, scare people. Look at the National Guard. I said earlier that National Guard rolls into town and all these thugs are inside playing PlayStation.
But that's an assumption because people used to think that public what do you call, I don't want to say, yeah, public killings or whatever was going to deter criminality, but it didn't. So you guys assume a lot on your team of people. Oh, well, law and order makes people act right. Oh, public killings makes people act right. No, it doesn't. You guys are just assuming that. Now, let me ask you a question about that 20%. When is that from? Between July and what point?
No.
Down from January?
Focus. For this year, January 1st through
Okay.
July, the end of July, and that's
Okay.
year over year, it's down 20%.
Yeah, I got a little conservative hair up my ass every now and then. They need to clean it up a little bit, but they're doing it wrong, and they're going to use that against us next.
Is it good or bad that Trump helps stop multiple wars?
When did he do that? How did he do that? When did that
Okay,
happen?
fair enough, no problem. So what I don't get, and what's frustrating for me, is I have somebody here that hates Donald Trump so much that you are fucking clueless on what's going on in this country.
I don't hate Donald Trump. I think he's actually kind of hilarious. I admire his charisma and ability to have other morons resonate with his success, with how high he's
Then
come.
why, when I
and
said
his
what's
ability to
going
speak.
well, what's going well here, you gave me nothing.
Well, no, I didn't. I gave you a few, and I guess you're going to go with the net positive, right? That's what you guys usually do.
All right, I'm going to move on. Final word to you, sir.
Again, mainly it's going to be, you can switch the number one to Christians because they're lapdogs for Izzy. And number two would be the Republicans. And then number three, white America.
You're a smart dude.
Thanks.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I was disgusted listening to all of this.
Okay, tell me more.
There's no way, if you're white, black, Hispanic, Mexican, let's just say any American today in this climate and society should not be rallying up this president, the administration, the things that are occurring, the things that he's doing. The orchestrator of this pack leader that you're so dearly trying to cheer and carry up and just be so proud to represent, Curtis Yarvin, is backing out of you guys. He made you guys.
Who the
He
fuck
made
is
you guys.
Curtis Yarvin?
Oh, and you're sitting up here drilling a black man
I
about
have no
Black
clue.
America, and you don't know who Curtis Yarvin is?
No.
Okay, I'll explain to you.
But I don't care. But
No, you need to care.
Oh,
Curtis Yarvin
I
is the
don't.
one
I
that
promise
started
you.
all of
But
this.
whenever you come up here and say everybody should be doing whatever you said, the one interesting thing to me is CNN said this yesterday. Trump's approval rating in October of 2024 before he won was 44%. In the CNN poll recently this week, it's 43%. So
No, Trump's
nobody's
approval is
minds
not
have
43%, sir. You can't just say those things and think that you're going to talk to an educated black woman and I'm going to believe it. You can't just spew those numbers. You're a regular citizen like me.
No. This is what CNN said. Once
So,
again,
sir, you don't even know who Curtis Yarvin is. So how do you know the status of his?
who is Curtis Yarvin? Go ahead.
Okay, let me explain to you. Curtis Yarvin is someone.
Just give me one sentence. One sentence. Go.
It's not a one sentence. He's someone who theoretically organized Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation.
Oh my God, you
and
guys are still
organized-
talking about
hang
Project
on.
2025?
He organized how
Okay,
to
stop.
take
I've
down America's
heard
democracy.
enough. I've heard enough.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
you haven't heard enough because you're trying to
okay, so-
deliberately cut me off so that information won't get out there. Well, the new news articles are
You
circulating
guys
for
talked
the
about
last 2
Project
days.
2025 for
Well,
months.
let's not say Project 2025 if it irritates your ears so badly.
No, you guys talked about it for months, and Donald Trump still won.
Sir, you're missing the whole punchline, sir. Could you just give me a minute to explain to you
No,
who
it's okay.
Yarvin is?
So I
Yarvik
asked
is the one that
my friend
JD
Rex.
Vance, Peter
Hold
Thiel.
on 1 second. Wait, this isn't like you're not going to set shit on fire and loot up here. So I'm going to
What?
ask you the same questions. Very simple. Is anything going well in America right now?
Curtis Yarvin is trying to flee America right now. He just made an article. He wants to flee America. He designed this for you guys. You guys riled it up. He said that he's not going to make it to 2029.
What
And
the hell
anybody
is
else
this?
on your ride that's in these politics that are in control of the takedown of America, they're in trouble in 2029. He said that they didn't do fast
What
enough
is
things. They
2029?
didn't
I don't
do.
even understand. There's not even
2029 is when your president is out of office. 2028. So 2029 is when he'll turn it over. You don't know how that works?
Right, well, I mean, everybody would be talking about 2028, 2029. Trump leaves office.
2028 is his last term.
Well, this is
2020, 2029 is when, like 2021 when the insurrection, 2020 when the insurrection happened, when he didn't want to turn over power. You know how that works. You do 4 years, and then, the January of the next year, you got to relinquish your power, that part. So that's why it's called 2028. He wants everybody to flee. He wants to flee now. The article came out on Wall Street just yesterday or the day before yesterday. You can look that up when I get off of here. But he riled up y'all's base so badly is where MAGA actually came from. Yarvin was the one who is best friends with Peter Thiel and JD Vance. That's why Trump had to pick JD Vance. There was no choice. He had to pick JD Vance because he was a part of Yarvin's plan.
all right.
Yarvin's
So
plan
very
was to
simple.
destroy
Once
democracy.
again, I'll ask
And
it
you're
for a
trying to
second.
brag?
Wait, I'm so sorry. Very simply, is anything going well in America right now?
No, it's not.
Nothing.
Nothing is going well.
So
Americans
record stock market, that's not good for America?
Where did you see record stock market, and where did you find that at?
IXRP ain't moving.
Where did you find record stock market, sir?
Do you have a second device?
Not right now. I'm getting my kids ready for school.
I triple dog dare you to get a second
But
device.
let me tell you something, sir.
And you could search everything that I'm saying.
If you compare, let's just say I went with what you said. If you compare record stock market,
Jasmine, stop. Okay? Just very simple. Is the stock market hitting record highs good or bad for America?
you are cutting me off, and I was just about to answer that. Could you
Because I
please
just
stop?
want good or bad, Jasmine.
Listen, if you compare
Please
good,
don't be unhinged.
there's no record
and
stock market, so
unintelligent, please.
no, there's no good record stock. No, there's not.
There's no good
You're
record
making that up.
stock. Very
You're making
smart.
that up.
Okay, no problem. Is it good or bad that our border is more secure under this administration?
Jesus was an immigrant. No.
Jesus was an immigrant. Put that
Yes,
on
he
his
was.
picture. Okay, great. Is it good or bad that Trump got over like $10 trillion worth of investments from different countries or different companies? Is that good or bad for America?
For his family, not for America.
Okay, so the thousands and thousands of jobs that'll add, that'll all be his family.
What are you asking? Because first of all, you just said add. You was going to say add to America. You know there's thousands. There's no thousands and thousands of jobs added to America. So are you asking me about his family again? Yes, his family is eating because he's stealing. And you're okay with that. Is that good or bad?
Okay, very good. Is it good or bad that Trump stopped a few wars? Is that good or bad?
Trump didn't stop not one war.
Okay, no problem. Is it good or bad that the state of Israel got some of their hostages back because of Donald Trump?
It's disgusting. The hostages should have stayed where they were.
Okay. Can I ask, are you drinking this morning?
Am I drinking? No,
Yeah.
I'm getting my kids ready for school, sir. I'm an educated woman with a master's degree.
Yeah,
I'm not
please,
drinking.
once again, there are a lot of people that got a master's degree.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
their
but I'm not one of
lives.
them. I'm telling you who I am. We don't have to talk about them. We're talking about me. And no, I'm not drinking. I'm getting my kids ready for school and upset that you don't even know who Curtis Yarvin is, which has initiated the group that you're representing, Donald Trump. And the fact that you don't know that they're fleeing out of America. These same people that wanted
But
to
you
take
keep-
America down,
Jasmine,
and you're
you
trying to
keep
tell me about
saying the same
IRAs
stuff.
and stocks and all that. Sir,
Jasmine,
people are
Jasmine, don't make me, once again, I did not mute your ignorant ass.
No, you don't have to
Essentially, you
cuss at me.
do.
I know you didn't mute
Okay.
me. That was my alarm going off,
Okay. Very
sir.
good.
You're
I don't want
ignorant
people to
because you
think
don't
that I
even know who
muted
Yarvin
you.
is, sir.
Okay, but you've said that 6 times now.
Yeah, you should do
Um,
your research.
okay,
It's kind of
and I
hard to
think
talk
you
to
should
someone that
do.
doesn't do their
Hold on,
research. See, if
Jasmine,
I'm going to
Jasmine,
support someone, I
Jasmine,
want to know everything
Jasmine,
about them.
Jasmine. What is wrong with you?
You,
Why are you so uneducated, ignorant,
because you're trying to have a
and
one-sided
acting like an
conversation with me.
uncaged
What makes you think
animal?
I'm uneducated?
I'm so
See,
sorry.
if we're
Do
going to
you do
talk
you
and have
not
a
hear this
dialogue and exchange,
conversation?
so if we're going to talk and have a dialogue, Mr. Daddy, I think that you should respect what's coming out of my mouth, just like I'm going to respect what's coming out your mouth.
But
And I
you're
wouldn't
not.
cut you off.
You're.
And like
Whenever
when
I
you ask
start
questions, I
talking,
don't cut you off in mid sentence.
once
I
again,
let you ask
whenever
questions.
I start talking, shut the fuck up.
Okay, and when I'm talking, you shut the fuck up.
Of course. Here, let me show you the door. I'm gonna move on. I appreciate you. I think that was Jasmine Crockett.
Close enough.
What? What? You did? What? You weren't a fan of your African sister?
Yeah, no. She was right. She was right for the most
She
part.
was right about what? What was she right about?
The Project 2025. Trump actually mentioned that in one of his most recent tweets.
He did. But
So,
why is it that you guys bitched and moaned about Project 2025 for months and months and months, and Trump still beat that ass?
because of how racist the white people are in this country, and they're the majority per capita, right? That's all that matters. So, I guess, yeah, that's all that matters. It's not about facts or education or any of that. It's just about, oh, I got my vote and I want Trump.
Why is it that most of the people that voted for that dumpster fire, Carmela Harris, they come up and they come off, and I'm not saying they are, but the way that they come off is ignorant, uncaged animals. Why is that?
Well, I think we both have that faction in our, the Republicans have their ignorant, uncaged animals just as well, don't
Yeah,
they?
but not like the Dems, not like the Democratic Party, man.
I think the Democrats are pissed because we kind of want the country. I mean, it's not perfect, but we want it to kind of keep going the way it is. We don't want a fucking factory reset introduced by
But the
MAGA.
thing is, you keep saying that, but the Democrats were in charge for 4 years. How was America better?
Again, this is not necessarily that it was getting better, but I think we're gonna wish for the days that we have now once shit starts popping off, thanks to the racists.
Okay, so once again, so you voted for Harris. You know deep down that the country is better right now.
I know damn well she wasn't gonna do all this tariffs. She wasn't gonna be involved in a lot of the salacious things that Donald Trump has got going on. So yeah, like the DEI stuff, the whole
Who gives a
racism
fuck
going
about
on with
DEI?
everything.
Fuck DEI.
Well, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just something that's hurting portions of the community that I care about. It's not hurting me directly, but I don't only care about myself.
And
And I
once
think
again, you're here to represent the victim card holders.
no, no, I'm not here to represent
Oh,
them,
you
but
said that. You said you're not a victim.
I'm
You're
not
well off. You moved out of the hood or the ghetto. You're
sure.
well off, and you're here because I believe you were quoted as saying you're more intelligent. So you're here to represent them as their fucking lawyer.
Well, no, not necessarily that. It's just that I still care about them. I don't just care about myself, even though I'm well off. Doesn't mean that I don't care about the people who aren't well off and how they got there. And especially when, like, again, you hear people talking about them like they don't know what happened or they're trying to diminish what happened. It's like, okay, well, hold on, let me shed a little bit of light on this situation because you don't exactly know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just
Yeah,
talking.
but I have grown ass adults up here clueless on things that are going well in America and bitching and moaning nonstop. I don't get that.
Are you with like a net positive type of thing? Like, do you think that the positive things outweigh the negative things that are like with the ICE stuff? Like, to me, that's a lot of people are really getting scared because they're arming this police force. They have on masks. We don't
Yes.
know at any point in time they could turn on us. At any point in time, they
Okay.
could be used to turn on us, right? I
At
mean,
any
I hear
point
the
they
fear
could.
mongering,
Okay, I
but
don't know why they would, but regardless,
well,
Donald Trump was voted in because he said he was going to get these people the fuck out. And that's
yeah,
what he's doing.
but that's not all he's gonna do, and that's the scary part.
Okay, so what okay. Let's
Well,
just
I don't know.
backtrack just for 1 second. How would America be better now if Harris won? Like, give me a metric.
About giving all those loans out for first-time home buyers. She was giving tax
How is she going to
breaks.
pass that? She was never going to pass any of that bullshit. The Senate was always going to be in Republican control, regardless of who won the White House.
So who's holding? That was a good thing, though, wasn't it? Was that
Meaning
a
what?
bad thing? What Kamala was trying to do? You said she wasn't going to be able to pass it, but that's not the point. That was a good thing that she was trying to do. Now, if the Republicans stopped her from doing good things, whose fault is that? Is that the Republicans or the Democrats' fault?
You are funny, man. And just
I'm
look at what's
saying.
going on with the Dems now. Chuck Schumer shuts down the government, and at some point, and it's getting more and more likely the more and more we hear there's no air traffic controllers at different airports, that Chuck Schumer will cave. And it is what it is. The Democrats, what have you guys done this year?
What can they do? Didn't you just say that they running the houses?
Right. So they run nothing. So what they try and do is they do these dumbass publicity stunts that do nothing. And this is just another one. And
Sure, I
that
think they're just doing everything that they can to try to slow it down or stop.
slow what down? What are they slowing down?
The train crashing into the damn station with no brakes. That
Oh, hold on. Did you say train crashing into? Were you talking about Jasmine? Why are you talking about Jasmine that way? That's fucked up.
No, I'm talking about ICE, and Trump and everybody else is going to jump off the train before the civil
Jasmine, I'm
unrest.
sorry that he called you that. What brings
It's
you
okay,
back
but you know
up?
Curtis Yarvin's jumping off the train from them now. They should take note.
Okay, that's tremendous. Do you have anything else, Jasmine?
You know what, Daddy? My question is, what is Trump doing? Do you see anything illegal that he's doing?
No. What has he done
Do
that's
you know what
illegal?
do you know what illegal is?
Tell me what he has done that's illegal.
Well, first of all, he's going against federal judges and their orders. Secondly,
Give me an example. Give me an example.
if a judge writes an order and says don't bring the National Guard to Oregon, and you go around it and do it anyways, that's illegal.
Well, okay, but what
All right,
what can he do? He could do what? What can he do to override that? He could do what?
Well, if you override it, now you're about to answer your own question. If you override it, then what is that called?
Well, no.
What is it called? What is it
Tell me.
called if you override a judge's order? What is it called, Daddy?
Has he done that?
I'm asking you a question. You're jumping to another question. Let's stay on this one first.
Once again, you didn't understand my question. If
I understood it.
he invokes the insurrection,
You're avoiding the question. I just said, and you're asked the question. I just said, what happens if he overrides it? What is
he
that
has
called?
not. He has
What
not
is-
done that.
What is
Once
it
again.
called? I said, what is it called? It's called
Jasmine,
illegal, right?
Jasmine, listen.
See.
I literally called
Do
you.
you know I'm a very intelligent woman? You can't
Jasmine,
play with
I
me.
called you an ignorant, uncaged animal.
Yeah,
So
because
you
I'm
would think
exposing
you would come
you.
up here and not prove me right.
But I
Okay?
just
And
asked
here
you a
are,
question that you're
proving me
avoiding.
right. Okay.
What
So,
about the plane from Qatar?
hold on one second. Hold on one second, Retro. I'll bring you back up. Let me deal with Jasmine Crockett Jr. over
No,
here.
it's Jasmine.
Okay. So once again, did Donald Trump do anything illegal? Just yes or no?
Are we back to that base again? And
Yes.
I've already answered that. We're back to that base. So I'll
Okay,
go back to
what
your
did
table
he
and answer
do?
that again.
Jasmine, answer me directly. What did he do that was illegal? Please.
So we'll go over it again. He's going, I can tell you a lot, but I'm just going to tell you one because I
Just give me
see
one.
that you can't channel a lot of things.
Yes.
He went against federal judges' orders.
Okay, where?
Where? We're back here again. Okay. When the judge told him, you cannot use the National Guard in Oregon.
Okay, and what happened after the judge said that?
He went and riled up the base and
Riled
tried
up the
to bring the National Guard from other states in Oregon. So then the judge turned around and said, no National Guard can be in Oregon under your order. That is final.
Very good. And what happens if hypothetically he invokes the Insurrection Act? Does that override the judge? Yes or no?
So you have to go through Congress to do the Insurrection Act, right?
Just yes or no, please.
What is your question? If he overrides it and does the Insurrection Act,
Yes.
that's illegal.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so is there anywhere else where Donald Trump, in Jasmine Crockett Jr.'s eyes, has violated the law?
Who's Jasmine Crockett Jr.?
That would be you.
Okay. I would love to be in that
right?
woman's shoes. She's a
Little bit
very
of
educated
Democrat, a
woman.
lot of bit of ghetto,
A lot of bit of
zero
ghetto.
intelligence.
Yeah, I think that's what's
Jasmine
making
Cross.
headlines now, being that
Okay,
way.
so
You
can
know,
you name another time where Donald Trump violated the law?
he violated the law plenty of times. He
Can
went
you give me
against.
another example?
Okay, Donald Trump is treasonous. Let me go to a lot of examples. He's holding back information from the e-files. He took a plane from Qatar. He made money with Bitcoin. He made money with Bitcoin for
But
his
tell me what
family.
law. Wait, hold on. Let's go one by one. Taking the plane
Treason.
from
He's treason. He's treason all day long.
all day
Treason.
long.
All day
Okay.
long.
Once
You
again,
know
taking.
your desire. You wish you had a black woman. That's what it is. That's a lot of white men's problems. They wish that they had black women. You know, you could never sit at a table with us. You know, we would never date you. You know,
I'll
you
be
would
honest.
never
Black
fulfill
chicks
our
love me, Jasmine.
desires.
Don't listen. And I've been told that I have jungle fever. I don't know
You
exactly
probably.
what the fuck
I
that
think
is.
you do.
You think I do?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
what
shit.
is jungle fever exactly?
I never said jungle fever. I just think you like black women. Period. The stereotype back in the day is a black and white relationship, but I don't know if that definition is in a book in a dictionary. But that was the slang back in the 90s.
Oh, okay. But you're to be fair, you're deflecting from your treasonous comments.
He's treason. He does a lot of treasonous things. Yes.
Yeah, but you have mentioned nothing that is treasonous, right?
Are you okay with Israel being your home country?
What is that? I don't understand. My home country is the United States.
Well, Israel is the 51st state of the United States now. You know, you really shouldn't speak against Israel here. You know, all of that stuff is censored. You know, you'll be going against capitalism and everything else if you speak against Israel. So you might as well, you know, if you feel like jungle fever, what you just said with me, well, your brothers are about to be Israelis. So that's how your daddy Trump wants it to be. You guys are family now, right?
Okay. I'm not following along, but
I know.
I'm sure it makes
Just
sense
like
in
you're
your
not
head.
following along with Yervin. Do you have a second device?
Okay, go ahead.
Do you have a second device?
I do. Go
Okay,
ahead.
pull up Curtis Yarvin.
Oh, I don't give two fucks about him.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You scared. That's the first thing you're gonna look up when you get off. First thing you're gonna do.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Alexa, what is jungle fever? Hey, wait, hold on. It said something about malaria. I swear to God.
Wait a minute, listen. I'm gonna come back after I get my kids dressed. It's 8:30.
All right, baby. You get them ready, and I'll be right here waiting for you, okay?
Hopefully you know who Yarvin is.
Alexa off. Alexa's still rambling on about jungle fever. All right. Alexa off. All right, let's bring 3 up at a time. All right. Who connected first? Maurice, where are you from, sir? And what brings you up?
Chicago, and thanks for bringing me up. I the 3 biggest fairs in USA. I mean,
Wait, hold on 1 second. You're from Chicago. Is the
Yeah.
National Guard there?
I saw that they touched down the Texas National Guard. It was one of the biggest stories
Are you
yesterday.
ready?
Am I ready? I mean, if that's the conversation we're going to have, they're not helping at all in Chicago with that situation. It's not making things better. If
Well, they
anything,
just got
it's
that, so you can't really say that. But why is it?
not just the National Guard. I mean, the feds being here, period, just isn't. It's not helpful.
Okay, elaborate.
So I mean, because it's been sensationalized nationally, I mean, it's no secret that Chicago 100% has its issues. But this was never going to be the answer.
So do you think gun violence will go up or down while the National Guard is present?
Honestly, I don't know. I think you
Really?
think the correct answer is it'll go down. But even if it does, I mean, the logical common sense next thought is, okay, are they going to be here forever? like like criminals are criminals aren't just going to like stop completely once they've left. Like that's not a
Okay, so is it a good
viable.
thing or a bad thing that, let's say, you get 30, 60, 90 days of less people dying? That's a great thing, is it not?
Yeah, sure, but again,
There's
but
no
again,
but. It's yes, it's a great thing.
okay, sure. Listen, that's not a hill that I want to unalive on. Like, okay, like as a Chicagoan, the National Guard being here is a we'll see type of thing, and I don't mean that in terms of like a threatening or a negative way. I mean that literally, we'll see what happens. Like, we'll see. I don't.
Right. Common sense is when there's more law enforcement present,
Sure,
violent crimes and murder go down. And that's not going to change in Chicago.
sure.
Okay. So I just don't get it. It's so asinine for people to come up and act as if more law enforcement on the streets is going to equal more violence. When has that
Sure.
ever
No,
happened?
well, I won't say more violence. What I will say is that the temperature in Chicago specifically, especially as it's become for some reason the epicenter of what's happening right now, I'll just say that that won't help. But
It
again, I
will.
say
Wait,
we'll
I'm so
see.
sorry. It does help. The
If I
number
could,
of people
if I could just,
dying will go down.
if I could just finish that point, I was going to agree with you.
Okay.
That's why my main point is we'll see, because in terms of the prioritization of issues, in terms of pew pew violence, like we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, but what did you come up for? You didn't come up to
I
talk about
came
the
up.
National Guard.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Because
you
the
said that. You said you didn't come up to talk about it, correct?
yeah. No, I came
Okay.
up.
Go
The
ahead.
three biggest failures in the U.S. I just completely disagree. I think that even
Okay.
going off of what'd you
All
say?
right.
Sorry.
So let me explain a little bit. Okay. Number one, I'm talking about, let's say, this century. We have Muslims with 100,000 terrorist attacks. That's number one. Number two, we have a Democratic Party has no leader right now, has no message, lost to a very flawed candidate in Donald Trump, and has accomplished nothing. And you could say Donald Trump is unpopular. The Democratic Party is even more unpopular. And then the last one with Black Americans, um, unfortunately, every single crime possible, they are committing higher than the 13% of the population that they are. So hold
Thank you.
on, hold on 1 second. So give me a group of people you want to add to this list, and give me the talking point on why they are a better fit or a bigger failure.
So, in terms of the list being three biggest failures in the U.S., the at the top of that list, or at least the top two, I would say, is the unaliving of nuance, especially political nuance. So, to me,
Wait,
vote blue.
stop.
No,
They're groups of people.
I mean, it says three biggest failures in USA. So, wait. So, are you saying that this prompt should be the three biggest group failures in the U.S.? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're all groups of people, no? I
Okay.
thought it
So,
was.
so
So,
if I could just finish, I think the biggest failure of all is anyone who chooses to vote without any sort of nuance. So it's, oh, go Trump or go Democrats or go
so you
Republicans.
like the word nuance. Let's just get that on
Political.
the record. This man loves the fucking word nuance. So go
I'll
ahead.
distill it. I'll distill it into this: political hackery
Okay.
will be our downfall. So anyone, including people who right now absolutely refuse to look at what Trump is doing without going, but. Like, can we not have a conversation and choose to criticize? Not everything he's doing is great, and that should be okay. So I think that's the biggest failure right now. And
Okay.
I'm not just blaming Trump supporters. I think it's the same for the people who are non-Trump supporters like myself, who should be able to objectively see anything good that he's doing.
Okay,
I
name
think that's
something that Trump is doing well.
I think that the spirit of the tariffs was in the right place in terms of wanting to uh, become self-reliant or more self-reliant as a country.
Anything else?
Yeah, I mean the conversation that we were just having in terms of the National Guard, similar to the tariff conversation. I think that this spirit is in the right place. Do I think that it's the solution? I don't know. But in terms of trying to address the violence issues in these cities, sure. As a Chicagoan, it's been an issue for a very, very long time. Um, and it's bringing the conversation back to the forefront as it should be. So, I can
If I
objectively say
asked
that
you
it
the
is.
question, how would America be better under Harris? Do you have any answer?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, great.
I mean, in terms of where we are, in terms of our relationship to each other, and I don't mean that by race, I would say ideologically, we would be in a much better place. I
Okay,
think
can you give me a metric where you think that?
divisiveness.
Okay, elaborate.
Um, it's not within Trump's character, which has been shown through evidence, like in the way that he's responded to things that have happened. It's not in his character to try to, let's say, turn down the temperature for the sake of the greater good for the country.
Do you
It's
think
not
the
in his character.
Democrats in the last administration turned down the temperature?
Um, I would say more than this. I can give an example.
Why did hate crimes go up under Biden then versus Trump's 4 years?
To me, that's a no offense, a pivot,
Okay.
because
Oh,
I would
okay.
say
No
that
Then very directly, what did Biden do to turn down the temperature? Was it having Trump arrested and charged 4 different ways? Was it trying to get him off the ballot? Was that turning down the temperature, or was that more divisive?
I mean, were there good rationale for them doing so? You would say
Yeah,
there was no
yeah. There
rationale.
was good rationale in Biden and Garland and Letitia James' mind was to make sure Donald Trump would never be president again. So
See,
just very bluntly, just give me the number one thing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did
can
to
we
turn down
stay on Trump? Because I said I had like examples though.
Wait,
Like
you
why
said
are we
about
going to?
divisiveness.
Yeah.
Tell me what Biden did to turn down the temperature.
Well, I can comparatively. He chose very specifically. It was clear to me not to demonize the other side as much as possible, especially during key moments. As opposed to Trump, for example, what I was going to say is, I mean, DEI was a hot button issue. And the first thing that he got in front of the country and said when that plane crashed into that helicopter in DC was, yeah, well, it could have been a DEI pilot. Like, what freaking idiot
All right,
gets
so
into the highest
how about if
office?
we shake hands and agree that Trump doesn't have the best bedside manner? Okay, let's just shake hands. Let's come to some agreement that Trump is not, once again, I could criticize Trump. He rambles a lot, whatever. Okay, so what I'm looking for is concrete things that affect everyday Americans. Somebody coming up and saying, well, Trump's tweets hurt my feelings. That really means nothing to me.
But that's not hurt. That's not hurt feelings. Like, that's why we are where we are, and we are not in a good place in terms of how we talk to each other, how we try to understand each other. It's been a
Yeah,
while
but
since we
let me just speak for
that
myself.
affects every day.
Okay, that's fine. Where I get frustrated is when people come up here and they don't have any facts on what they're saying. They're not in touch with reality. They lack common sense, and those are the 3 things that separate Americans right now. And
Hey,
it's
can I
just
say
not
one
white
thing,
and
host?
black. Wait, I'm sorry. You've come off mute. What the fuck are you saying over there, bro?
Well, I wanted to add to it the fact that you're kind of with a Democrat, you're dealing with like a girlfriend, a scorned woman. It's
Okay,
kind of hard. I appreciate your
I'll bring you back up, bro. I appreciate you. I'm glad you
See, that's
interrupted
what
me.
I'm talking about, though. It's the partisanship.
I'm
Right?
glad you interrupted me for that. Say that again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, my bad. I was just that was an example. Like it's the partisanship. It's like these Democrats. When correct me if I'm wrong. It sounded like what you were hinting towards was broader than that. Like you were hinting
It's
at
not about Democrat and
yeah.
Republican because
I
there
know, but
are
I'm saying it came off of
Democrats.
you to say that. Like
Right, but there are Democrats that can come up here and state facts where Trump
for
is
sure.
doing things right, and you kind of got there almost, but closer than most. And I could deal with that. It's not even white black because there are black people
For
that come
sure.
up here based in facts. So that's the problem in this country. That the nice Jasmine lady that was up here, and I'm sure she'll be back, her hatred for Donald Trump overrides common sense. And that's the problem.
I think vice versa, which not to do the tit for tat thing, but I mean, like, it goes the same way. Those who have an inability to become disillusioned with their love with Donald Trump, where he can do no wrong. Like it's the same thing. Like how you just described her, it exists for people who support Trump where they can't see anything that he's doing wrong, which credit to you, not that you're looking for credit from me. I mean, but you admitted that he does not deal with big situations the best sometimes well, a lot of times, if you ask me, in terms of what he says publicly. Excuse me.
I didn't say, I just said his bedside manner is not the best.
I know. Yeah, I know
I
how you
think
put it.
when, if and when a crisis arises, I don't know. It doesn't, because I think back to different things he has said. And once again, Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, who is a wonderful person, she has a very difficult job, and she knows that Donald Trump doesn't listen to anybody,
Yeah,
and it is what it is.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
But the question I have, just very bluntly, if you could wave a magic wand, who is the Democratic nominee in 2028?
Oh, what a great question. Uh, I mean, I'm in Chicago. I'm not in love with JB, but I mean, he very obviously is very spirited these days. So, I mean, we'll see. I know that didn't quite answer your question, but I'll just short answer
I would
JB.
love it if he was the nominee. Jasmine Crockett is my wish. AOC is up there. I could put JB up there. JB is a disaster. All they would have to do is run clips of him trying to defend the indefensible with Americans dying on his streets in Chicago.
Yeah.
If I'm a Democrat, I am praying it is somebody that is currently not a Democrat.
I
Because
can't
there's
disagree with that.
nobody. I'm being dead ass serious. There's not one fucking Democrat that could beat JD Vance, could beat Rubio, could beat Nikki Haley, could even beat Ivanka or Don Jr. There's
Yeah.
nobody on the Democratic side. What? Let me take that back. The only one that would have a shot is Michelle Obama, and she's not running.
Yeah, she refuses to, which makes sense because I'm sure she saw some BS during those 8 years. But what I was gonna say is I agree with you. I mean, everybody in their right minds would agree that the Democrats are in disarray. But what I will say is what'll matter the most is how the next 4 years go in terms of, a lot of times that's just how elections are for the common people, is that they base their vote more so with how the previous 4 years
Yeah,
go,
but nothing's changing, right? Trump's going to keep up his law and order. Democrats are going to keep fighting him. Democrats are going to give him zero credit. And point blank, most Americans see through the Democrats' bullshit. Why
Well,
is it that the Democrats are screaming from the rooftops about the Epstein files, but weren't doing it whenever the Democrats had it for over 2 or 3 years?
I mean, because it is pretty odd that the 180 that him and JD did. I mean, of course, the Democrats are going to take advantage of anything that they can, and that's a pretty easy thing to scream from the rooftops when in our faces during the campaign, during the election cycle, you said I'm going to make sure I release everything, and then all of a sudden, I mean, I get your point. That does make sense. It's like, well, then why didn't y'all do it? But also, if that gotcha moment is in your face, of course they're going to take advantage. Like now, all of a sudden, you won't do it. Like that's just
Yeah, but once again, it sounds so great to scream that. But anybody with a brain is like, wait, those files or whatever it is have been sitting there for multiple years, and most of that time was under Democratic rule.
yeah. No,
So,
for sure. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what you're saying is logical, for sure. Yeah, I think a lot of us have thought about that, especially me as a non-Trump supporter. When that's you guys' retort, I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But also, like I said, it's just very weird. Like I hope a lot of y'all are able to admit that 180 is very odd. Like
No,
it's very, very odd.
Hi, Tori.
no. Good morning. First of all, with Jasmine, I think we have our new pharmacy, if you know what I mean by that. But
Yeah, I miss pharmacy.
me too. Second of all, Maurice, President Trump is the only one to put Epstein in jail. His DOJ is the only one to try to get the records from the grand jury through court. Biden DOJ did not request those. So I don't have no idea what you're talking about with the 180. He's insisted that the DOJ follow all of the proceedings and release those to Congress. They've released 34,000 pages plus another 8,000 pages regarding his financials 2 weeks after that. If these victims don't have enough evidence based on their testimony and these documents to file their cases and go against their non-disclosure agreements, I don't know what to tell you. But he's the only president who has gone off after Jeffrey Epstein. So
All right,
please
hold
stop
on one
this
second,
180.
Tori. Hold on 1 second, love. Anastasia, where are you from? What brings you up?
South Carolina, and I actually agree with you. And I do have a question about the third. When you say the three biggest failures in the USA and you say Black Americans, do you just mean like how, like the systemic thing? Like I'm just confused. If you could
No,
elaborate.
I mean just as a whole. There, first of all, let's face it, 85% of them are voting with the Democrats. That's number one. And number two, there's a lot of people that are playing victim for shit that happened to their ancestors.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wanted to clarify to make sure we were on the same page. But yeah, I agree.
All right, very good. I appreciate that. Emily, where are you from? What brings you up? Emily?
Sorry, I think I requested on accident.
You're fine, love. I'll drop you. I appreciate you, dear. Jasmine Crockett Jr., you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got?
Well, where do you want me to start? Because I
Well,
know
first
you're
of all, you
asking.
seem a little bit more calm.
Can I ask you a question, Dave?
Sure, go for it, Tori.
When I first got on this live, I kind of didn't know your temperature, but I know your temperature now. So I'm not going to take it as personal with the
It
things.
seemed like your tone changed when I told you that people tell me I have jungle fever.
So I just want to know when Trump got Bitcoin. That's all I want to know. I was cracking up. When did Trump get Bitcoin?
What is your question again?
You said Trump bought Bitcoin. I want to know when he bought that.
Okay, listen. Trump invested his own Bitcoin into.
Yeah, it's not Bitcoin.
Well, whatever you call it, it's cryptocurrency. Let's just clump it all together. If you have to disguise something just off a word that was said wrong when you know the whole channel is that it's all cryptocurrency that he was investing his family in, then that's a
You
problem.
said cryptocurrency, which is
Ma'am,
completely
did
different.
Trump invest money for his family in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency? Did he?
Not Bitcoin, but
While
yes,
in while
he
in
did in
office,
cryptocurrency. And do you know that the value
no,
of it's
that's
gone?
not jump.
Hold
Why are you
on,
jumping?
hold on. The value has gone way down.
Yeah,
It's only
because
an
it was only a
asset when
one-time
you
thing.
sell it. When did Trump sell his cryptocurrency?
Don't ask me a question and avoid my
So
question.
it's only an
Don't.
asset
I'm
when you
gonna mute.
sell it. You only make money when it's sold.
Did he make money?
No, he has lost
he
money
didn't-
on it.
Ma'am,
It's
stop.
worth
Stop.
a pittance. It's worth a tiny
Stop.
pittance right
Did he
now.
make money the
It's
first
about
day?
$5.8 million.
Ma'am, if you're gonna have
It's
a
gone
real
down.
honest
He's actually
conversation with
lost
me,
money.
stop.
So you don't know what you're talking about.
Stop.
Okay,
I'm
you
asking
take
you
the
one
floor,
question.
Jasmine
Be
Crockett.
respectful. Did he make money the first day?
No, you only
Okay,
make
now
money
you're
on
lying.
crypto.
You're
Do
lying.
you own
Now
any
you're
crypto,
lying.
ma'am?
Trump made
Do
$26
you
billion dollars.
do you own any
You're
cryptocurrency,
lying.
ma'am? Do you own any cryptocurrency, ma'am? Do you own any cryptocurrency?
Second, my kids are singing. I just want to mute. You go ahead and continue your conversation. I'm gonna mute. I'm brushing her teeth.
Well, she's having a conversation with you, love.
Okay, she doesn't know.
All right. Who's that? Retro. You got anything to add before I bring somebody else up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Anastasia about the systemic part because you said you asked if it was a systemic part, and I'm like, well, no, I think we're ignoring or diminishing that aspect of it. But you agree? How so?
I'm sorry. Agree with what?
Black Americans being one of the three biggest failures.
Yes, in the way that he described it, yes. I don't mean it as like black people are failures, but I do mean it in the sense of like, that they commit most of the crimes but are less of the population. Like, I agree with that.
But then you brought up the systemic aspect when you first came up, so that's the reason why the stats are the way that they are. Or are we like trying to omit that part?
No, I'm not completely, if somebody else could answer that for me, because I don't really know what you're trying to ask me,
So
if you
you
want me to be
stand
honest.
Well, he's asking for permission to still use the victim card. Right, Retro? You still want to use it, so go
I
ahead.
know she stands behind the stats, but she doesn't know where they came from. Apparently, is that why she's trying to talk?
No. I do know where they came from. You're basically trying to say that there's something systemically that's causing that statistic to be a thing, which I don't agree with.
Why wouldn't you agree? What you beg to differ in what way?
Okay, let me just go ahead and have you answer a question so that it proves my point. Can you name one thing that's systemic that causes black people to not be able to rise in this world? Name one thing.
The blocking of their generational wealth through discriminatory appraisal practices and redlining. To
Oh,
this day,
that doesn't happen. What about DEI? That actually ensures
wait,
y'all jobs more than white people.
this is your second pivot in 10 seconds. Let's stay right here where you asked the question about the systemic oppression. There are lawsuits that show proof up to 2024 in California of redlining and discriminatory appraisal practices. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is blocking generational wealth. This is what people would pass down to their kids, and their kids would pass down to their kids. So if you're shorting them $500,000 on their appraisal, that's systemic oppression and racism.
Okay, so personally, I've never heard of that, so maybe I'm not the
Well, you
best
might want to
person
look
to
into
talk
it
about
before
Nobody
you
else
start
has.
talking
He just
about
makes
it.
that shit up.
I mean, before you start talking about it, you might want
That's
to know.
why I don't want to straight out refute it, because I'm not fully well read up on it. I'm not going to pretend like I believe you, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't believe you. I'm just going to say that I'm not aware of it, and you're right, I do need to research it. But if you end up being a liar, then obviously
You're a liar.
I'm gonna lean more towards what host is saying. So
I can't make these things up, but that's not the
Oh,
only
but you
reason.
guys do. You guys are very good at it.
Not
What's the
me.
most recent case that you can refer us back to?
It's in California.
Where?
well, name the case, because that way I can look
Yeah.
it up, since you want to
Yeah.
educate me
Okay.
so badly.
We'd like to know the case so we can educate ourselves.
Keep in mind, you just said it's not like I could make it up. So
Yeah, I can't.
All
And
right,
I'm
go
pulling
ahead.
it
Okay, then
up.
what's the case's name that did that?
Just give me 1 second.
Oh fuck.
He has to look it up himself. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I don't walk around with this shit in my back pocket.
What?
I don't normally.
You never
I
do.
know I don't normally have to debate people diminishing the results of systemic oppression, but whenever I do, I got to
Okay,
pull a second of
okay.
myself.
Okay.
Right?
And just really quick before I have to go, Dave, because I don't like to hog your box, but Maurice, you said that the Texas National Guard is not making a difference. When did they arrive?
Can I address if I can?
Have you
You
found
came
them?
up on the Epstein. You came up on the Epstein thing, and I didn't get a chance to respond to that. You asked me what did I mean by 180. I'm referring to, I don't know if you remember, but very early on during this second term, there was like a circus on at the White House. Pam Bondi gave all those conservative influencers those binders, and it was like the e-files
So
part
nothing's
one.
happened since then. Yes, that was actually a circus. I don't approve of that. I thought that was stupid.
That's what I'm referring to.
I think she used that to stall because she really hadn't gotten through the Epstein files. And
That's
I
what I'm.
thought it was really, really dumb.
That's what
But
I'm
you
referring to.
cannot
Tori.
deny the fact that he was the only administration that has arrested Epstein, that
But that's
has
a but that's a pivot, Tori.
tried to file, no, that has tried to, so much has happened since then, Maurice. His DOJ is the one who's trying to get the the records that are sealed to be unsealed? Why didn't you ask the Biden administration to unseal them?
Again, you're pivoting, Tori.
Why
Where
didn't
are
you
we right
ask the
now?
Biden administration? It's not a pivot whatsoever. If you're
It
just going
is.
to focus on the binders that happened like 4 or 5 months ago, that is stupid. So much has happened. So
Tori,
yes or no, did the Trump administration try to get documents that are sealed unsealed?
yes.
Okay.
But my
So don't act like he's not doing anything.
but my point is just do everything. Just do everything.
He is doing everything.
He
What more do you want him to
circumvents
do?
he
Give me
circumvents everything
specifics.
else, Tori. He
What?
circum he
Give me
circ
an example.
Tori, he circumvents everything. For example, for some reason now we're on Amelia Earhart, and then like a month ago it was the Martin Luther King files, and it was JFK. So like we've moved on to all these other things.
No, those came before
Surely,
this. Those came before that. What did
what do
you
you mean?
listen to the press conference of the victims who
What do you
said
mean,
that Trump was not involved? Did
Tori?
you
If
listen
I
to the yes
oh
or no? Did
shit,
you listen to the press conference of the victims hosted by
Tori,
that guy from California and Marjorie Taylor Greene? Did you listen
Tor,
to the victims?
Tori, if I may, what do
Did
you mean
you
it was
listen?
before
Yes or
this?
no? Did you listen to the victims? They said
What
Trump wasn't involved on national TV.
what do you mean? I'm not even saying
Did
he
you
was
listen to the press
involved.
conference?
Tori, I'm not saying he was involved. Can you slow
Okay,
down?
I don't care.
like I'm saying, what do you mean it came before this? What are you talking about? Because
The
that
binder
sounded completely
issue
false.
came months and months before everything Trump has tried to do. He's not circumventing it.
That's not what I mean when I say circumventing. What I'm referring to is that literally for everything else, like we were talking about the Insurrection Act a while ago. So in terms of utilizing his power to the best of his ability, and now all of a sudden the effort is not there to, like he said on the campaign trail, him and JD, release everything that they have in association with the e-files.
Well,
And
that's funny because they have sworn under oath that they have released everything that
oh,
they are
have they?
allowed to release. They are not allowed to release
Wait, they swore
the
that they released
sealed
everything?
court documents. Did you
They
not hear Kash Patel?
they swore that they released
Did you
everything.
not hear Kash Patel under oath in the
No,
congressional
Tori, you just made a
testimony?
claim. They swore that they released everything. Where was
Yes,
that?
that they possibly can. They cannot release the. Do you understand that there's grand jury testimony
Ma'am,
under
you're
seal?
not in any
Shush
law.
up,
You're
Jasmine.
not
I'm
in
not
any
talking to
Tori,
you
law.
right now. Maurice, do you
Tori,
understand? Maurice, yes or no? Do you
where did they
understand that there
release
is
everything?
grand
Where did
jury
they swear that they
testimony?
released everything?
Kash Patel in a congressional hearing said he released everything that he could.
Okay, I'll have to fact check that.
Okay.
I'm ready with a fact check for you. We're talking about the appraisal practices. There were settlements, okay, and this is on the civilrights.ca.gov. If you want to know what I searched for, Civil Rights Department announces settlements over alleged appraisal discrimination against Black and Latino families in Bay
What year was
Area.
that?
The article is from April 2025, but the discriminatory practices happened 2022. CRD received complaints from the fair housing advocates of the North Carolina and the Black and Latino couple uh, from a Black and Latino couple over allegedly discriminatory home appraisal practices. According to the family, an appraiser.
Okay, so because of this
Start with
article
allegedly.
gives you guys the right to play victim still, correct?
Well, that's part of why
Okay,
there's a
could you
wealth
give
gap.
another example?
But that's an example of systemic oppression.
Of course.
That's happening. So you guys say, oh, it's 2025. That's not happening anymore. But this is literally a case that was settled for the same thing that's been happening all these decades, blocking all this generational wealth. And you guys want to blame us for the results?
But to be clear, there's nothing that
Calling
I
it a
can
victim card.
do. Oh, okay, no problem. But once again, there's nothing I can do when I walk out my door versus Black people in this country, correct?
That's a pivot. That's not what I'm. That's not.
No,
Can
you just answer that?
Yeah. Getting pulled over
I
by
think
police.
saying an appraiser is. I think saying an appraiser is racist. I think that's fair to say, I guess. But there's racist people from all races in different positions, whether it's a cop or an HR manager or wherever it may be. So for you to use one court case of a racist appraiser allegedly, I think it just shows that you're kind of grasping at straws, to be honest.
That's just one example of the systemic oppression that I was asked about, and then Tori challenged it because usually it's deny deflect, diminish, and
I didn't
distract
challenge it.
when you're dealing with
It wasn't
racists. That's what
me.
they do. They try
It
to
wasn't me
come
that
at you
It
with
doesn't
challenged
matter. It
it.
doesn't matter. Let's not focus on that.
intellectual skepticism,
Okay,
as
it
though I
wasn't
don't know
me,
what the
so
fuck I'm
don't
talking
accuse
about.
me
But
of
then when I
that.
present it, then it's diminished. You notice that?
It
When I
When
wasn't
was
presented
the
you
me.
guys the
last
facts, and you
time?
were like, it was just one case, but it
When
was
was the
more than
last time
one.
the system was racist for you?
Well, not me directly, but
So
that
never.
just so that doesn't mean no. I've been discriminated against. I've lost a job because some white woman just didn't like me being in there. I was a security guard of the building, and she didn't like that I was using the refrigerator for the building, and they told me that I was
Well,
banned from
quit
the site. I
stealing
couldn't go
people's
back to the
lunches.
site
What the
again.
fuck you
It was a
doing?
Karen. It was a typical Tory. You know what I'm saying? I ran into
Okay,
leaving
I have
work,
not
mind
said
you.
anything against you. All I said was, can
Tori,
you give
don't
me
let
the
him get you
case? I want to
triggered.
learn.
Tori,
Oh, Tori, please
don't
don't
let him
get your
get you
panties in a
upset.
bunch. I'm just joking, hun. He did.
But once again, quit
It's
stealing
not
people's
funny.
lunches, and she wouldn't bitch about you, bro.
She just didn't want to see me there because I was black. She thought I was some kind of
No,
hood
you were
jigger.
stealing lunches. She didn't care if you were white or black. She was hungry.
Yeah,
I
and
work
see,
there
that's
just
what I'm
like her. Why would I
saying.
have to steal her?
I'm not diminishing what you said, Retro, but what I am saying, and I think what everyone else is trying to get across, is that, like, you know, what you just said about you being fired from that job for going into the fridge or whatever else, and you are making an assumption that it was because of your race. You don't know that for sure. You can't know
But
that unless she directly said it to you. So,
I
and I
had the
doubt
key.
that that happened.
I'm the security guard. I got the key to every fucking door in the building. I'm authorized to use any fucking. There's 30 refrigerators in that building. I
Yeah,
can't
well,
just.
you're not using that fridge.
She took it upon her.
There
She took it
must be
upon
some
herself.
other reason, because in
Well, it
this,
was the way she looked at me too. Like it's like she saw
the way
a
she looked
robber.
at you, you know, I have a
Yeah.
RBF. A lot of
She
people just
gasped
think
and
I
clutched
hate
her
them by looking
pearls,
at
like,
them, but I don't.
she got all scared. Like, what is this black man doing in here?
I feel like you're
Yeah.
Stealing lunches.
And
deflecting.
then I
What
That
did
was
he
is,
banned.
do?
You could put two and
The
two
fuck?
together, you guys. It's not that. Come on
you
now, act like
can't
you got.
possibly know that for sure, though, and that's our whole point. Like,
Hey,
it's
That is
just
Tori,
a
my.
when
bunch
have
of
That's
you
that's
heard
black
assumptions
an
people's
argument
whole
happening.
with this
point.
man about what he went through, Tori? I don't get
Jasmine, I'm
that.
not even going to
He
talk
has
to you
a,
That's
because
our
I've
he
whole
has
seen
the
you
point. You
on
guys
right to
numerous
diminish.
know
lives, and
about
all
what
you know
he
how to do
went
is
through.
yell. Don't
And you're
speak to
using
me.
objective data to tell
Dave,
this man what happened in his life. That's not
Dave, that's my
kind.
whole point. Like, it's the fact that when we tell you guys something, then you diminish it. That's
Okay,
racism
I
in
haven't
itself. Is
said a
you're
word
Yeah,
about
complicit.
but
race.
You're
I
turning a
haven't said a
blind eye
word
to
about
it.
race, so shut up, everybody. I have not said one word
You
about
were
race.
talking about the racial discrimination and appraisal practices, asking for a link as though you're questioning my
No, I said
intellectual
Like she
teach
never
me.
heard a red
Here's
line.
a
Like
quote.
she never
right.
heard a
Here's a
red line.
quote. I said, what case? Teach me. I'd like to look it up.
And I
Gee,
brought
that's
it
so
up, and then you guys
racist.
said, "Oh, one case, that's it."
You guys are the
So
racists up here.
clearly, you're not really being genuine when you ask
Oh,
for
I'm
these
not racist. I
stats
love white
or
people. I
sources
love white
oh, go
and
people.
ahead,
cases.
My kid's
Jasmine.
grandma is white.
Well, I
My
love
Jasmine's
kid's
got
black
grandma is
a
white.
people.
Oh
Jasmine's got a
shit.
white friend.
Hold on, Jasmine. But weren't you
Oh,
just on a live the other day saying white slurs, though?
Oh
Like, am I
no,
What
wrong
are
about
white
that?
slurs? What are white? Please tell me. Enlighten me.
Girl, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm
was he
not
No,
talking
calling
to
no,
people
no.
a
you.
cracker
Listen,
jack?
listen, listen,
You were
listen.
just on another live. Like,
I
I
don't like
literally
white
watched you
supremacy. Let, let
yell at
me
people
talk.
and say
You
the
want to
C word
talk
and
for
all types of
everybody?
stuff.
You can't diminish me, baby.
Oh,
Everybody
Jasmine,
on
I'm
you
not
were
this
trying to
calling
live
people a
diminish you.
cracker.
I'm
knows
trying to
where
make
I
sure that you
stand.
stay consistent and you
Okay,
don't
no. If you're
lie.
gonna make
Donkey
sure
Kong.
you're talking to me, let me tell you. I don't like racist white people. I don't like white supremacy. I don't like that shit
Okay, you're
at
valid for
all.
that. I don't have any issue
Okay,
with
and
that.
therefore, hold on, y'all. Listen to this. Son, what color is your grandma?
Why?
Do you love her?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause
Not the I have a white grandma. Go ahead.
And look. It's not even by blood, but she like practically
But see,
adopted
if
them.
we were to use that same
She
thing and
never
say,
had
"Oh,
any
we have a black
kids.
grandma," then it would just be us
So
reaching,
then
though.
here's my thing. No. These are the people that when white people say, I have black kids in my family. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This lady didn't know me from Adam. I didn't know her from Adam. She became my neighbor. We became very close, and she took my kids in. And I allowed her to do that because she is so genuinely warm, real, down to earth. She don't see a color. I don't see a color. But some people in this world do. And we have to make it very clear that when a black person says they don't like certain white people, those are only racist white people. Because black people always come with love. Black people is the only race that's
Why?
never
What
Okay,
about
I
that
hear
black
you.
guy on the
other
train?
race.
Was he full of love? What
Schizophrenic.
about the
He was
black people?
schizophrenic. He had
Oh,
mental
okay.
health issues. And
What
the fact
about
that your
all the black
president
on black shootings
broke
that
down all
happen
the
every
barriers to
day? Are
protect
they
mental
full
health
of love?
patients, this is
We're
what you
parents.
parent. This is the
If
America
you
you
love
live in.
us,
I'm gonna
if you
mute real
love us,
quick, y'all,
report
because
it.
I think my phone might go in. I'm pulling
It's a
up to my
result of
son's
systemic
school.
oppression. That's what the black on black crime is. Because they're in proximity. They've been crammed into damn red lined hoods and then
Okay,
inserted drugs. And you guys blame them for committing crimes. They inserted the weapons too. You guys blame them for that, or why don't you just take them out of those hoods and stop blaming them for the results of your
Okay,
systemic
so
oppression?
wait, if you're the mayor of Chicago, how would you fix it?
Oh, I take some of the billionaires' vacant properties and take these black people out of these hoods
Okay,
that
so
are crammed in.
reward them, take them out of the ghetto, and put them into a rich person's house, and what? Let them burn that shit down next?
I don't think they're going to be committing crimes once they get an opportunity to be in a different environment,
you
and
don't think.
also education, okay, from black teachers, mental health, financial literacy, dentistry, black doctors, black teachers. This is all part of the repair.
But you're correct.
Legal
But you're
protections,
correct.
the police brutality, 3 times the amount of white people, and we're 13%. So that means that we should get some kind of police overhaul as well, some type of legal protections for these police that are lynching our children weekly at that.
So
Yeah, but
retro.
there's more white people killed by police every year. Once again, per capita is higher for black people. I get that,
Okay,
recognize that.
Um,
y'all guys diminish the PDF stats with per capita, so let's not.
Yeah.
Let's keep it consistent.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Is there any crime that you look up that black people are committing less than 13%?
No,
PDS.
no,
PDS.
no. But the
no, Dave has looked this up many
repair, right? If we're
times.
talking about repair,
Ma'am,
then the
speak for
police,
yourself.
the over policing and the police brutality needs to be
I
addressed.
am
If we're talking
speaking for
about repair,
myself.
Dave doesn't need your help. Trust
No.
me.
Okay, relax. No big deal. Okay, what you say about police brutality? Go ahead.
that's part of the repair. That's part of the reparations as well. And that's
Right, but
California.
like the city of Chicago, I think is a perfect example. Is you have a black police chief, you have a black mayor.
Wow. It hasn't always
Why are you
been
guys
black.
failing?
It hasn't always been black. The mayor was just on CNN yesterday, the old mayor, and he was white. So why would you say that?
Yeah,
I
this is
thought the last mayor was a black woman, Lori
The,
Lightfoot.
the actually the governor of Chicago was a white man.
Well, the governor of Illinois is a white dude right now. That's Maurice's friend JB.
This is the result of stuff that started in the 80s, Dave.
Okay, so
And I'm not
how
trying to
long?
absolve them from his personal responsibility. Don't get it twisted. I mean, you do the crime, you do the time. But at the same token, come on now, if you inserted drugs and weapons into these places, you can't try to say, what's all this crime about? We should, what do you give? Reward their bad behavior? No, repair the damage that was done, and you'll end the bad behavior, or a
Can you
majority
just
of it.
tell me when this victim card expires? Like, is there an expiration date on this
Can
motherfucker?
we ratify reparations?
Okay, so never, because you guys are never getting reparations. Never.
You'd be surprised.
Okay. How? Once again, very directly, just give me a dollar amount. If I, how much would it take me?
Reparations doesn't have to be in the form of monetary or money.
I already told him that.
Reparations can be in any type of form. It could be in forms of putting more black people in leadership.
Y'all don't destroy this country before 2029. We might get them then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Seems
once
like you wanna
again,
tear it up
if
before
I
it-
sell you $100 right now, would you promise never to mention slavery, mention the history? You just shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not Black Boule. I'm not selling
Trump
my
would
soul
have to
for
stop
$1.
mentioning
How much?
slavery.
How much?
that's
Name
Rock
your
did.
price.
I don't have a price. You can't buy my soul. That's the Black Boulets, the people that
Get
get
the
us to
fuck out
top.
of here. You see $5,000 on this desk right next to me, you'll be like, nope.
No.
Yep.
Hey,
$5,000
Dave, I
isn't that
gotta
much money
run,
to
but
me.
All
We're
right,
not all
be good,
broke.
Lori.
live.
Much love.
Much love.
Yeah, we're not all broke. You need more like $500,000. Maybe $5
Okay, so
million.
500,000 is your price to never mention slavery, never play victim again.
Yeah, me personally, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't teach anyone else to come back right back at you with it. Because that's what you guys need. You need the education, and then you'll understand it's not even going to hurt you to do right. It actually help the economy to feed these communities that you guys are saying are so deplorable.
Jasmine, how much would it take you? I'm thinking $100 tops, and you'll be just fine.
You know, as a traveler, I make $70 to $100 an hour, right? You know that?
70 to 80, 100.
70
What
to
the fuck?
80.
What are you
Yeah,
saying?
I'm actually about to. Yeah, actually about to take this contract in California since the nurses is strike. So I was actually going to take it this week until I seen that the FAA was being dismantled by Trump. So I paused on that. But yeah, you couldn't pay me $100, baby. I get that almost an hour. I'm a registered nurse in school for my master's to be a nurse practitioner. Baby, you couldn't even sit at my table, honey.
I couldn't sit at your table. I'm not
Not
invited
at
to your public
all.
Dang,
barbecue.
that's
Not at
so
all.
That's
crazy.
Not
fucked
at
up.
all.
That's
They,
racist.
I wouldn't
Is
even
it
But
invite
you see,
that.
it's always about systemic stuff, but like I'm trying to figure it out. Like that don't
Do
make
you
any
want a
sense
part
to
of this
me.
conversation so
Study
badly you don't
Anastasia.
know where to interject that? Anastasia, I'm
No,
confused.
No,
why?
girl,
Why
it's
are you
just
going
you just
after
said
her?
that out your mouth after
Yeah.
claiming to love white people and whatnot.
What
And
does that have
you're
to do
always
with
crying
white?
about
How much
systemic
money
stuff,
I
but you're
make?
doing
Time
better
out.
than the average white
Good
person
morning,
But
or
what
Dave.
does
anybody,
that have to
really.
do with white
So
Hold on,
people
Taryn. I'll get
about
you in, babe.
my money that I make? What does that have
I'm
to do
just
about
saying, girl, you
racism?
talk about systemic, girl, you rose. You
Are
are
you
you are risen,
jealous?
honey.
It's
Are you
individualism,
racist because I
Anastasia.
make
No,
because I
I
went to
am not
school?
at all.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
happy for
racist
you.
because
It's
I
just
went
the
to
fact that
school
you
and I
scream
make good
systemic
money.
racism, but then
I'm
you over here doing
ma'am,
great. So
Why don't you
ma'am,
watch
obviously
some
you're
you have
not
the
YouTube?
backing up your
ability
claim.
to
Ma'am,
do what you
I'll
need to
wait till you're
do,
done.
regardless of your race. You have that
Anastasia,
ability
why
and you
don't
have
you
done
watch some
it.
YouTube
And
videos
that's
on
a good
systemic
thing.
oppression of the black community then? Why don't you just watch a couple of
Hold
YouTube
on, hold
videos
on,
and you'll know?
Retro. I want her to explain how is it racism that a black woman says, no, I make $70 to
I
$100
didn't
an
say it was
hour.
racism. See, now
Okay,
you're
that's
just
what you
taking things out of
said.
That's not what I said.
What did you
I'm asking
say?
you why
I
we're
said that
complaining.
you guys are always crying about systemic racism and how it prevents black people from being able to do things, but you're over here rising, and that's a good thing. I'm happy for
I'm
you.
over
But
here
that's our whole
rising.
point.
Why
Like,
should
it's
we have
like
to
y'all
overcome
have every
anything?
capability to do what you want to do.
Why should we have to overcome that shit? Just move it
Okay,
out of the
so
fucking
no,
way.
no,
So
no, Retro.
what?
Let me
Nobody's holding
Really,
you
Retro. Let me
back.
have
Shut
Havana.
her. Let
up.
me have her. Let me have her for a second, real quick. Let me explain something to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Just because some have made it out doesn't mean that the problem still doesn't exist, ma'am. You can't just
I'm
say,
not saying
"Oh,
that
well, one black."
there's
Let me
not like
finish
some
because I
forms,
let
but
you
I am
talk.
saying that
No,
the whole
listen.
outcry is absolutely
No,
absurd when
no,
there's
no.
It
Let me
is. It
finish. Let me
is.
finish
You
because
don't
I
even
didn't
know what the
interrupt
outcry is
you.
about. You don't even
Let
know
me
where the
finish.
outcry came
Hang on,
from.
Ocean.
like
Ocean,
it's
here.
like woe is me,
Let
but
Jasmine
there's
finish.
nothing preventing y'all from going
Bye,
forth
baby.
and
See, this is
doing
the
it.
thing. You don't know what you're talking about, Anastasia. You don't even understand. You're confused, and you haven't watched
Oh,
one
okay, I'm
YouTube video to
confused.
understand. So you're
Listen,
actually being disingenuous.
all I know is I am very happy that you were successful, Jasmine. Very, very happy that you're successful. I just wish that
Okay, but this is the
you would
thing.
go
Still
forth
playing
and teach
victim.
Anastasia.
others. Listen
Hey,
to
you
me,
guys,
that you
let
would
me
go
talk
forth
to
and
her real
teach
quick.
others that hey, you are not held back because of your race, that you can accomplish your
Anastasia,
goals.
stop,
Okay,
y'all. Let
okay.
me respond to her, you guys. Let me explain something to you. Just because I am where I am at right now does not mean that I didn't have to climb, beg, and do everything that I had to do to make it to the top. Just because
Everybody
I
does
am where
that.
I'm at does
Again,
not mean that
woe
I
is
didn't lose a
me.
Everybody does
couple
that.
Okay,
jobs. Hang
okay.
Everybody
on.
got to work
Hang
hard to
on.
get to a
Hang
certain
on.
place.
Let me finish. Just because
Let's
I'm
not.
where I'm at does not mean that I did not experience a lot of racism and lost a lot of jobs on the way, okay? And I'm still climbing to the top. I just got nominated at my school to be in the honor societies for success and leadership. Now, do you
Amen.
Congratulations.
know the
Like,
Congrats.
you
reason
see
I
what I
got in?
mean? You're
Do you
doing
know how
great.
I got into that?
Don't
I got
patronize
into that
her.
by talking to a professor about racism. And
So,
she's the one who nominated me. So don't
amen.
act like it doesn't exist. It
All
is
right.
Congratulations.
So
still
no
out here
white person is
prevalent.
holding you back. You're thriving.
That's
Not
what I'm trying to say
individualism.
here.
Not
Like,
us
you act like
individualism.
nobody else struggles. Like, you are
It's,
doing
hold on, but
fine, bro.
it's the anti-intellectualism for me.
But wait,
It
wait, wait. I
is.
got a
I'm talking about
question.
It's the
individualism. Us
complete
is
victim
not. When
mentality
we
for
talk about
me.
systemic racism, we're talking about every MLK in every hood in the United States, not us personally. That's individualism.
All right,
That's your
so I
problem
just
in
want
this
to
country.
recap, and then I want to talk to Sharon. So we have two people up here, Jasmine and I'm so sorry, Jasmine and Retro up here that are thriving, but they're up here bitching and moaning, I guess, for the poor folk and defending them. Make it
Okay.
make sense.
So I got a quick question, and
Go
this
ahead,
is
Sharon.
right away. Okay. So listen, we had Obama in office, right? The first black president. We had Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I didn't see all this heat, talking about reparations when they was in office. Obama should have been the first president to go and do that because he was black. But now that we got the white man in office, the orange man, as some of y'all like to call him, now everybody wants to go down his throat about reparations.
We can expect that from Trump.
I would never understand that. And Jasmine, earlier I heard you say that you had a white friend, et cetera, et cetera. Don't don't some black people say, oh, just because you have a black friend or just because you have a black boyfriend or just because you have a black girlfriend doesn't mean that you're not racist? The rules should apply both ways. It's a two-way street, no? Just because you have a white friend doesn't mean that you're racist.
Well, she put her kid on the phone and said they got a white grandma.
It should apply.
And
And for you to even put your child in this conversation is crazy. That's how shit starts, to be honest.
I'm trying to reprimand her.
I agree.
I'm just saying. I'm not going to involve my child in this type of conversation.
Can you track
This gumbo
But that's what I'm saying. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street because a lot of black people like to say, a lot of black people like to say, oh, just because your boyfriend is black doesn't mean that you're not racist.
Have you met a black racist? Ma'am, have you met black racist people?
Of course.
Let's talk name calling.
Right, because racist, right? But what y'all gonna say? Black people can't be racist. They can only be prejudiced, right? That's what y'all gonna say. But there are literally.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What is your nationality?
I'm Dominican.
You're Dominican?
Yes.
You're just full Dominican.
African, Latino.
I have African ancestry. What happened? And European too.
Okay, because you're one of the people that Trump would pick up too and take back to your country.
I never denied that.
But anyhow, you want to speak on black people.
But even you saying
That's so disrespectful, though.
Even you saying that, I do not feel not one bit oppressed, and I do not feel like no fucking victim.
Okay, well, go back to your country and support your country.
This is my country, though. I was born in America. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're
a hypocrite, Jasmine.
Labor of our
Thank you very much. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. You see the double standard?
Sharon, you wouldn't even be in this country if our
ancestors. You see the double standard? You see the double standard, though?
And now you hear disrespect.
Y'all so focused on where the ship will drop off.
Go get back in the gumbo pie.
You see how they're both attacking her?
Y'all forget where they picked up. But
if it was
y'all so focused on where it was dropped off
person
rather than
saying
where they was
that, I
picked
cannot
up.
believe y'all are pushing that girl like that.
All right, just hold on, relax. All right, go ahead. I don't know who was.
Dave, it was me calling your name. So listen, that's like me and Jasmine going to Kingston, Jamaica, right? The hood of all hoods. And when the government comes to ask, do they need any assistance? We say, no, we all good over here. And we stand in front of the damn Jamaicans and tell them that we don't need no reparations. That's what Sharon is doing here with her Dominican ass, speaking for the black community on what our reparations. You're not even from this country. You have no connection to the reparations.
I am from the country. What are you talking about?
I was born in the
United States.
You're not a descendant of slaves. You're not a descendant of
Some of y'all
slaves.
feel so much entitled to tell other people where they from. Y'all have this entitlement to tell people where they from. If I was born in the USA, I'm from the USA.
You're entitled to reparations. Why are you entitled to reparations?
Y'all could get the reparations. I'm not against it, but y'all not gonna
get it. You should have nothing else to say on it.
Y'all not gonna get it, period. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, then that's why we tell you go your ass back to the country, because the only way you got here is
it's my country. And that's the problem. When somebody doesn't agree with y'all rhetoric, this is what y'all do.
No, it's not about that. It's not about you not agreeing. I feel like you're being very disingenuous. Whatever your name is, I think you're being very disingenuous.
How am I being disingenuous?
Listen, I'm gonna explain to you.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, man.
Stop, ma'am.
Y'all telling me to go back to my country.
I was quiet.
No, y'all was talking over me. No, it's a two-way street.
No, ma'am. You came for me when you brought your ass.
I'm disingenuous. I'm not from the USA, right? Nah, why do I gotta show y'all respect when y'all was disrespecting me just now?
Would you shut the fuck up?
You shut the fuck up.
Relax. All right, Jasmine, make your point, love, and then Sharon can respond.
Thank you. First of all, you're very disingenuous coming up here trying to attack me because I'm trying to explain that I don't have a racism in my bones. I love white people. Because I denounce racism, white supremacy, and all of that comes with that organization. You want to say that it's a two-way street. Man, we are actually college-educated people. We don't need to be talking about two-way streets anymore, ma'am. What we need to be talking about is the problems that are here and how we're going to fix it. I don't need you coming up here being disingenuous to the black community, speaking on what we need to do and what we are. You can't tell me who I am. I'm on a panel with you. I can tell you.
So you can't tell me who I am. Y'all just did that.
I've already explained who I am.
Y'all just did that.
I didn't ask about you. I didn't send an inquiry about you.
Y'all just did that just now.
Anything about you. Now, if you're just on this man's panel just to talk and argue amongst people, I'm not the one for you.
Alone. She's good people.
She better keep our reparations out of her mouth. And Anastasia?
Well, listen, she told you the facts that you're not getting them.
Those aren't the facts, Dave.
I have my opinion. I gave my opinion. Whether you agree or not, it's okay to disagree. It's fine. That's what
Okay, that's
debates
fine.
happen. That's the point
It's
of
your
debates.
if you can acknowledge that it's just your
Those
opinion,
are the point
and
of
you really don't know
debates.
what you're talking
I
about,
hope.
that's
I
fine
hope.
too.
But
you guys
that's
get them.
that's factual though. You're never getting reparations. Sorry.
I hope you guys get them. I really do. I really do hope because
I hope
if
you
y'all
do
get
not.
them,
Maybe you
y'all would
hope you
stop
guys
this.
stop
Now she
playing
wants to change
victim.
her tone.
Y'all would stop this. But the fact of the matter is, y'all not receiving the reparations. I literally posted a video the other day where this lady asked another queen, I think her name is. She was like, "Oh, why didn't you ask Donald Trump for reparations?" She was like, "Why didn't y'all ask Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for reparations?"
What do you
The
think
thing is,
reparations are,
they
Sharon?
believe reparations is abortions, and we keep asking them for abortion rights when y'all just gonna unalive the children. That's what she said. So we're not getting no reparations.
You don't, but see,
I
you
hope
don't know
y'all
what
get them,
reparations
but I
are.
don't think
Y'all
it's
need
gonna
to study
happen. I don't
reparations
think
before
that's
y'all
gonna
speak
happen,
on
unfortunately.
reparations. You gotta speak. You
I
gotta
don't think that's
study
gonna
it.
happen.
It's not money, Sharon. Number one, because I know y'all thinking it's money.
I'm not saying it's
That's not
money.
gonna happen.
It
I
could
know
be
it ain't gonna
land.
be
Bro,
no
It could be
somebody will
checks
take
coming.
$100 gift card to their local liquor store to
Dave,
never fucking mention.
Dave,
Come
it's
on
not gonna
now.
be any money. It's not gonna be
Retro, do
money.
you think that they're just gonna give y'all 40 acres of land, man? Do you
And a
really think they're gonna
It's
do
not
mule.
gonna
And
be
a
40
and
mule.
acres. It's just
they would
repair, you
have to
guys.
trace
Calm
every
down.
person's lineage, is what I'm saying.
And they can through
People
the
think that they're
United
gonna
States
get
Census.
reparations just like that.
They
It's
can
not gonna
trace that.
happen.
They can trace it through the census back to the 1800s, Sharon, and that's when the systemic oppression
Exactly,
started
but
during Jim
that's what I'm
Crow.
saying.
So they can
That's what I'm
trace it.
saying.
They can trace it. It's not it's
Okay, but not
lineage, not
everybody is gonna
genealogy.
have those benefits. Not everybody's gonna get those
Everybody who's
benefits.
been in the United States Census or descended of somebody who was in the United States Census, they can trace all that back with your birth certificate and your social security numbers.
Wait, are you a
All right, there was people
foundational
who
black
weren't
American,
slaves either.
Retro?
What'd you say?
Are you a foundational black American?
I
Oh,
don't
please don't get
claim
me
that
started, please.
terminology. I claim
Please,
American descendant of slaves, but either way, you can call me Black
please,
American, FBA,
Oh, fuck
whatever.
me.
But I'm not
Jasmine,
with the
you
weird
reek of
shit.
a foundational black American.
please. I
Ja-
just heard a old lady, FBA, coming out of African Americans. Oh my God, it was so bad.
This lady is talking still.
It's okay. It's
Like
okay. She was
not
responding to
talking.
me.
This
Go ahead,
lady,
Jasmine.
her heritage.
My heritage.
Man, cause we
Okay,
cooked our
sorry.
ass,
Well,
Jasmine.
You
I
did
am
not cook
the
at all.
descendant. I am Hebrew. I am the descendant from
Oh,
Abraham.
fuck. Okay, so are you
I'm a
Jewish?
descendant from Abraham.
Are you a Jew? I'm sorry, Jasmine. Are you
Hebrew,
the
the real
original Jew?
Israelis, the real Israelites.
Oh, fuck me.
I'm a real.
Okay.
I'm the real Israel.
I am the real
Wow, now
Israel.
we're
Put
going
that on
there.
a t-shirt. I mean, come on. What are we doing? So, so if somebody said to you, "Well, how are you the real Israel?" What is your fucking explanation?
Shit.
No, I really have a question for her
Wait,
because
hold
Hey,
on.
one second.
Wait,
I'm
I
pulling
want
up to
this
the house
answer.
where my Wi-Fi is a lot better. Hang on.
Wait, I'm sorry. How are you the real Israel again?
Okay, let me answer. I'm pulling up closer to the house, but if my phone breaks up, it's gonna get better.
That's gonna
Okay,
be God
I am
telling
from the
you. But go
descendants
ahead.
of Abraham. Okay, so Abraham, you have Abraham, Jacob, all of them, Abraham, Jacob, Isaac. So God changed Jacob's name to Israel. Israel's not a country. Israel's not a state. It was just someone's name that God changed to Israel. I am from the descendants of Jacob, which means I am, and my ancestors are the real Israelites. So by us being from the God of Abraham, Abraham had his kids. Down along the road, he had Jacob, Joseph, Isaac, all of them. They come from the God of Abraham. God told Jacob, "Hey, you're not about to be named Jacob anymore. I'm changing your name to Israel." That is in Exodus, or it's after Genesis. So he told him that, and when he told him that he's changing his name to Israel, all the descendants that come from Jacob are Israel.
Oh,
there we have it. Maybe
okay,
that's
so
why
the Jews living in
trying
Israel right now. What do you say to them?
are not the real Israel. Those are not the real Israelites.
Oh, fuck.
Those are not. That's not Israel. They can call themselves Israelites. They're not. That's not the real. That's not Israel. Israel. So they stumbled on that country after 1945 and set up shop and said that they're Israel. They're not.
Do you speak Hebrew,
I don't
Jasmine?
speak Hebrew because Hebrew. I don't speak Hebrew because Hebrew language wasn't around. It didn't continue on when our ancestors got separated and got shipped over to America. All that language changed. We had to change our language to the white man's language.
I'm
You
just
see what I'm
saying,
saying? Even though the
Jasmine.
oldest
Wait,
Bible,
Jasmine, just hear me out for a second. It is crazy to me that you criticize Sharon for not being essentially a real American, and you're here saying you're the original Jew. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You went on Coffee Cup. That is God telling you it's not working
Are you
out.
first or second
no.
generation, Sharon?
Wait, do you find that
trying to
ironic,
get on
Jasmine,
the
that you
Wi-Fi.
laughed at Sharon, but you're here saying you're the like? Is that ironic or what?
Bro, Daniela's about to come in here and get on her
Hey,
ass.
let me connect to the Wi-Fi. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
Sharon, are you first or second generation American?
I'm on the Wi-Fi
First
now. Now, what was your
generation.
question, Dave?
You're first generation?
All right.
Okay,
I
we
just
can
found it
definitely go back.
ironic that you laughed at Sharon that she's not essentially a real American, but you're here telling me you're the original Jew.
Like
So
you
did you
just double
understand that I
down.
said that we stop? Did you understand that I said we were brought here through slavery?
Of course,
Anastasia
yes.
wasn't brought anywhere through slavery. So for her to come up here and try to diminish the black community that was brought here by
I am not diminishing anyone.
yes, I have a problem with her.
Girl,
Now,
I'm
did
not
that clear it up
diminishing
for you?
anyone.
The funny thing is, it's the people who know the least that have the most to say about some shit.
Yes.
What you
Look,
mean?
look,
What you mean? Y'all speak
look.
about
Y'all don't
everybody.
understand
What the
systemic
fuck?
oppression.
So
Y'all
angry.
don't understand systemic oppression, but you want to diminish the results of it.
Bro,
And blame black
I'm
people for it.
Hispanic. If anything, I'm considered a minority as well. I don't
You ain't
feel
black.
oppressed.
You're not
Anastasia,
black.
I don't feel
I have
oppressed. I don't feel like no
Don't try to
goddamn
use them 2 or 3
victim.
drops of black blood now,
retro.
Sharon.
Like, come on
You
now.
Dominican. You know black,
retro.
right?
So what?
Listen, retro.
I am.
Stop.
I have African ancestry.
Hold on, listen.
Yes,
I've
sir.
always noticed women in my past, and I've been here 42 years now. Women that come up here and attack black people,
I'm
men
not
that attack
attacking
black people,
anyone. You're
they're either
deflecting.
mad because they can't have our men, and that's what
What?
they're after.
Girl, are
They're
you
after
serious?
the
Girl,
black
Let's
you
not.
men,
sound
so they
dumb.
use
Like,
Let's
any
not.
that is
talking
not
points
even
to
my point at
diminish
Why?
all.
us.
Why would you even
Right.
like? What the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah. You want our
Women
men.
coming between black men
No.
and women.
What
That's
the
what it
hell?
is.
How
It's
did
I
that
a
even
want
come
y'all
out?
They
to
bad.
that's where you deduce
They
it
damn
down
Oh
sure
my
to.
do.
You
god.
deduce it
I
down to
definitely
that.
reduce
Oh
it down
my
to
They
god.
want to
that.
come and play in our damn face, especially about our
Yeah.
reparations and our systemic oppression.
But
She
who's
mad our
playing
man
about
is turning her
reparations?
down. They
Who's
want some of
playing
that
about
Exactly.
Southern real
reparations?
black
Nobody's playing
woman.
about that shit.
Anastasia,
They
both
want
of
the
y'all
real
answer
black
Nobody's
the
playing
same.
women.
about reparations.
They
Y'all
want
could
the
have
real
y'all
black
reparations,
women,
and
Y'all
not
should
not
nothing
the
have your
happens.
Dominicans that
But
deny
it's
us.
not gonna happen.
you should have your mouth on our
Man, we're not
reparations. You
talking
and
about reparations
Anastasia.
anymore. We
Anastasia,
moved
are you
past
black
that.
Jasmine, do
American?
you not hear? Do you not hear Retro talking about it? Like,
Anastasia,
come on.
are you black American? Anastasia, or are you first generation as well?
I'm obviously not black.
Oh, what are you? What country is your origin?
My family are from Russia.
This is you're the first generation in the United States, or were you even
No,
born?
third generation.
Third generation. Okay, and so you think that you have the right to speak on reparations for the black community as well and our systemic oppression?
Well, okay, so
He
can I
just
ask you a
knows it's a
question?
joke.
When have I ever, since I've been on this panel, spoken about reparations? I haven't yet.
You
I have
haven't.
yet
You
to do
spoke on
that. So you
systemic
are making a
oppression. The
bold
first word
assumption.
you said was systemic oppression. That was the first word you said when you
But
came up here.
that's not reparations, though. So you're just
Clearly,
making a
you
bold
have no
assumption
idea
about
about
my
it, right? You said you
opinions.
were confused about
But
it, so
y'all
why
are
would
going to
you
say
even
what
bring
you
it
want to
up?
say, so it's okay. I
Well,
don't
you're
care.
diminishing it. I'm just making sure we're clear. Let's
I'm
just
not
suss it out
diminishing
right quick.
anything. What I am doing is trying to bring light to the facts on the situation, and all y'all want to do is bring up how you
You're
feel. It's
trying to
all
bring
about
light to something
feelings
that you
with
don't
y'all.
understand,
I
and then when I
think
try to
bringing
help
light
you,
is talking
you
about how you
diminish.
feel, ma'am. That's the same thing. What's wrong with you people?
Out our business. That's what y'all could do. Then we can get along. But you, Sharon and Anastasia, don't worry about reparations or systemic oppression if you're not willing to look into it.
A black man left
I am willing. I
Anastasia a
literally was
while
looking
ago.
up what you had told me earlier. Like, I actually went through and looked up what you told me earlier. So I do care to learn. So you're
What
wrong
part?
about that.
What did you find? What part? The
Listen,
red
why are you
line?
getting on her neck? Well, I don't get it.
Because she's on our neck.
What
We're
did she
with
say?
What you,
what?
yo, that's
You
crazy.
know
I
what it
came
is?
with an
It's because
opinion
the
and y'all
government,
literally try to
it,
cook. Y'all did
the
not cook
government,
at
the
all.
government has their foot on our community's neck, and you guys are saying y'all are playing
How?
victim.
What is that? What are you talking about? We're
The
back to
stuff,
this victim bitching
the stuff
again.
you complaining about, those stats and shit that you guys keep bringing up, that's the results of the systemic oppression that you guys are saying is like nothing. You're trying to diminish it, but then you want to throw the results up in our fucking face and blame us for it.
But then
Well, you got
whenever
to
I
pick one.
say, what can I do that a black person cannot? There's
At
nothing.
what point
Because
are y'all
that question
accountable
doesn't
though?
apply to the
That's the
systemic
real
Thank you.
oppression.
That's a
That's
question.
great
individual.
question.
That's an individual anecdotal
Hold on.
experience,
Mother
Dave.
Russia has a good question. Go ahead, Mother Russia.
Oh my god. At what point do y'all have accountability though? Like, can you explain that to me
Accountability for
since
what?
I
Never.
shouldn't speak on it? Can
There
you
it is.
explain to me at what point do y'all have accountability?
Accountability for what, Mel?
Right.
For
For
what?
what's
So
happening
never.
in your community? At what point do you have
Accountability
accountability
for our
for what's
systemic
happening in your
oppression.
community? Or is it
Account.
all just the big scary white man? Is
If
there any place of accountability in y'all?
if you
That's
trace
my
the
question.
if you trace the timeline, you'll see it's the big scary white man every fucking time.
Oh, okay. So y'all have no accountability.
Oh my
Okay, got it.
god.
No shock
In the
there.
No,
state,
it's
no, Sharon, let me explain to you, retro Russian person. We have accountability. I think of the when we speak on our accountability, it gets so whitewashed and under the rug. You move past it so soon. We've always spoke on our community.
Not you
We've
saying
always
whitewash.
spoke on the black on black crimes. That's why we had Black Panther to kind of help the community. But those got demolished by the white man. Everything that we try to do to help our community, come on, baby, don't talk about accountability.
big
When we
scary
stood
white
up
man.
10 toes down, we had Black Wall Street. We had those things to help our community. Don't come for us if you don't know our history.
We
And
No,
had
that's
I
what
do
we're
know, and I
talking
infrastructure.
know
about.
that
That's
that Black Wall
accountability.
Street and all of that was
Accountability
bombed.
is
I'm fully
stop.
aware of that. So stop
Accountability
trying to
is
question
trying
my
to help your
intelligence.
community a whole
When,
lot better.
when will the white
Accountability
community?
is when we elect black officials to be over these neighborhoods, but then you guys try to point the finger and say, look,
How's that
Okay,
it's
but
working
just
out
hold
in
because
on.
we
The
had
Chicago?
black
What are
they
you
got a
officials
black
aren't
talking
doing well
about?
for y'all
mayor.
either, though. The black officials that y'all have voted in are not doing well for
They're
y'all either.
garbage.
So what is it then?
Not without reparations. You need repair as well, not just
Oh,
black
okay.
officials,
So
and
the
not just
politicians
National
will
Guard
become
either.
better when you get a paycheck? How does
Well,
that make
National
sense?
No,
Guard
it's
shouldn't
not
be
a
in any
paycheck. Y'all keep
community.
thinking it's money. I don't know why y'all keep talking
Oh,
about
okay,
money.
so we'll throw you two fucking donkeys. We'll give you a mule. Just at what point do you look in the mirror and say, "Look, we're fucking up here"?
You should know. Look at the wealth gap.
But why didn't Obama do that, or Kamala Harris, or Joe
Because
Biden?
y'all would have
Why?
said he was racist and he was only doing stuff for the black people. That's why. A
Wh-
president can't do stuff like that. Know your economics, know your politics, and know what
Bro,
they can and
bro,
cannot
you're
do.
telling you, come on. All right, but y'all want to go and shove it down Donald Trump's throat? Like, be
Not
fucking
asking
for
Donald
real.
Trump
It's a
for
two-way
shit.
street.
That was one conversation
It's
we
a
had
two
2 weeks
fucking way
ago,
street.
girl.
Like, be
We're
for
not talking
You
real.
about
keep
Trump
talking
doing
If
about
shit with
Obama and
reparations.
Kamala
reparations.
Harris
You're,
couldn't do
you're
all
only
this,
getting,
Kamala
Donald
brought
Trump
you're
up
can.
bringing out your
reparations.
conversation with
We
me.
Like, what
haven't
the
heard
fuck?
Trump say anything about reparations except for reparations for white
You know
people.
what's
Kamala
funny
brought it up and
though?
said that at
What's
least
funny
studying
about
it.
this whole thing is that when Obama was president, they were also asking about reparations, and Obama didn't give it to y'all. So it's
He's
like,
not
Just
black.
told,
He's just
Mel,
like y'all,
Barack
first damn
laughed at
generation.
you.
man,
so I'm
Mel,
just
y'all
trying to
don't
figure it
know. No,
out. Like y'all
listen.
are reaching.
Obama gave a lot of reparations. He opened up the door for a lot of black people. By him being a president right there as the first black president, stupid, that's opening up the door for a lot of other black people to do the same.
Jasmine, can I ask you a genuine
When Obama,
question? Why
stop.
do you have to
When
resort to
Obama was in
insults?
office, the
You are a grown ass
incarceration rate,
woman.
for black people went down. When Obama was in office, the entry level for black students went up. There's a lot of reparations that you guys don't know about that are not just monetary. You see what I'm saying? He's opening up the door for a lot of people. That's when you start seeing a flood. Jasmine Crockett, what? She's the 7th black person in Congress, and it's over
He's ghetto
300.
as hell. Ghetto as
Jasmine
hell.
Crockett is
That's
an
good. We need
idiot,
that
and
type
that's
of
all I have to say
The
about
representation. We
same
that.
thing.
need
Hold
that.
on. The same thing that we like about Jasmine Crockett is the
She
same
an
thing white
idiot.
people like about Trump.
Yep.
So please
Ghetto
stop.
as
This shit
hell.
is so double standard. It's absolutely
Girl,
ridiculous.
shut
Well,
up. You're
he
mad
gets
that we got
unhinged and
the
says what he
black
wants
men
to
that you
say.
can't get, Anastasia. Shut up.
Is that
Who's
really like
sharing?
That's
your
really
big
Bro, I
main
mad.
don't
focal
care
That's
if we
argument
get a
really.
against
black,
me? Is that
white,
I want black
orange,
men?
purple,
Like you
blue,
sound
green man.
crazy,
Yeah,
I'm not
she's
girl.
worried
You're
mad.
about that.
embarrassing
Because
He
you're
left
me.
her
racially
ass, Retro.
ambiguous.
He
You
told
Sharon.
her
worried about
you
the
Are
ain't
you
gonna
wrong
do
shit,
shit.
deflecting,
Joey.
Bye.
baby? Are you
You worried about the
deflecting? I feel
wrong
like you
things.
I'm
are.
worried about the right things. I'm worried about women like you
You
that try to
worried about the
infiltrate our
wrong thing.
community and then really
Guaranteed,
don't
if I
like
wanted
us.
to get a black man, I
Oh
would.
my.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
go
you.
sit your tired ass down somewhere and make a pot of
I'm
game.
not tired. I'm going to school,
Aw.
girl.
But
You're
I'm going to be honest,
deflecting.
during this conversation, it's the two black people to me that come off most racist, no?
I mean,
Right.
y'all are just using
Is it
insults
defensive?
like
It is. And what
mainly
am I calling
Jasmine.
racist?
Like you're just
We're not able to
insulting
be
people left and
systemically.
right. You can't even hold a logical conversation
We
without
might be
insulting someone.
interpersonally,
Literally. And then
we
talking about men like girls. What's
individually
even talking
racist,
about that?
sure,
And
like
then just
calling
randomly
names,
bringing
but
up
you
like,
can't
Who
oh,
even
you
compare.
just
talking
want
about
You
black
that
can't
shit?
men
compare calling
distracted by
names
it.
to
Like,
You
who
generational
guys,
is
wealth
you're
being
victims
lost.
stupid?
now. You're victims. You're victims.
Ain't nobody a victim.
You're
I know if
victim.
I
My
know
black
guaranteed
men
if I
don't
wanted to
want
get
you,
with a black man, I
Anastasia.
definitely
My
can.
black
Shit.
men don't want you. They don't want
They
you,
really
lady.
do though.
They
They really
don't.
do.
They don't.
Let's
Not
talk
our
about it.
Okay,
business.
Let's
first
talk
of
about it.
all, I am
How many
married
black
to a
men
black
date
man.
outside
I
their
wasn't
culture?
gonna bring it up,
Fuck
but
out of
it's just
here.
like you are so
Sharon,
reaching on that topic that
why
I
don't
just
you
had
stay
to
out of our
mention it. Like
business
it's just
though?
like, what does it even matter though? Who
It
does it?
matters a
Why does
lot.
that matter?
It matters.
It doesn't.
It
You
matters
Everybody
sound
else
where
is
the
you
dating
are
hatred
young
acting
comes
women.
like a
from.
high
We
school
have to
child.
trace the hatred. Now, where is
Like
this
I feel like I'm
hatred
in high
coming
school
from?
again.
This hatred is coming from women
Chirp,
that
chirp,
can't have
chirp,
our
chirp,
black men. Like when
chirp,
we
chirp,
meet white
chirp.
women that date black men, they hate black girls because they're
Why
like,
is it
oh, he
such
really
an
deep
issue
Hummingbird.
down
though? Why do
inside
you care
wants
who
you,
dates
but he
who? What
can't
is the
get you. He
problem?
can't get
Sharon,
you. So
we're
I
not a
hate
porno
black
for you
women.
because you're
Why is
racially
that an
ambiguous.
issue though? Why y'all
Sharon,
hate it
it's
when
because
people
you
date
meet the
outside of
European
their
beauty
race?
No,
standard.
I
Sharon,
don't.
it's
I
not a
love
problem
it.
for
But then
you.
you guys start getting intimidated by us for no
Who's
reason.
Like,
inti-
I'm
I
not
mean,
You're
intimidated by you,
please,
sweetheart. I think
intimidated
no,
you're
I'm
by
not
funny.
us.
intimidated by
We
y'all.
walk in the room,
Please,
you're
Lord have
intimidated.
mercy.
We
Oh my
walk in the
God.
room, you're
Nah, we ain't
intimidated.
Oh my
intimidated. But you
God.
can
This is the
think that
most
if you
craziest
want.
thing I've heard
well,
today.
why don't y'all stay out of our black business then? Why y'all keep trying to speak on our
I'm
personal
allowed to give
Yeah.
an
So just
information
opinion.
because we're white or whatever other race we are
and
doesn't
you
mean we
don't
don't
know?
have the freedom of speech to speak on these things.
Freedom
Okay,
of
just like
speech
y'all
only
speak on a
protects
lot
you
of
from
white
the
issues.
government.
Why don't y'all shut your mouth about white issues then?
Freedom of speech
It
only
has to go
protects you from
both
the government. It
ways.
doesn't
Yo,
protect you from
literally,
getting
like I
cooked on
said,
this
it's a
panel.
two-way street. It's a double standard, bro. Cause they
Like
could
we
speak
can't
on
speak
Sharon,
white
on your
people,
stuff
Trying to
right?
though.
have a
You can speak on our
conversation in
stuff,
But y'all
two-way
right?
can't speak on
street.
black. We can't speak on black people, right? But
when
y'all
the
can
last
speak
time
about
black people was
everybody
speaking on
else. Get the
Dominicans, we
fuck
weren't
out
speaking
of
on
here with
y'all
that
island.
bullshit,
We weren't speaking on y'all business, Dominican Americans. We
bro.
weren't speaking on
I
Russian
have an
Americans shit
opinion, and
either.
I'm allowed to give
Why
opinions.
don't
Whether
y'all
you
stay
Let
out
like
of
me
it
our
or
tell
black
not,
let
that's
me
business?
on
tell you
you.
nothing about Dominicans
That's
because I
on
don't
you.
even
We don't
That's
I
care
on
what
don't
they
deal
you.
say,
with them.
y'all, but y'all all
That's
in
on
our
you.
fucking business,
That's
I
on
don't
right?
deal with
you.
them.
We're the
That's on
leaders. The
you.
white people and the black people that are the main people in this country. We're the main characters. Why y'all in our fucking business?
Y'all
Huh?
the blueprint,
Can I
right?
ask you a
Why y'all
What
in
question?
y'all
our
say?
fucking
Y'all the
business?
Hold
That
blueprint.
on one
doesn't
second,
make any
Sharon.
sense.
There are people that come up here and act like black people are the supreme race. And that's the way you came off with that comment. Do you believe that?
No, I don't mean superior biologically, although the proof is kind of in the puddings with the Olympics and the sports, but that's not the claim that I'm making. I'm saying that we're the main characters, meaning that we're the foundational people in this country after they stole it and eradicated it from the Native Americans. The Black Americans and the white Americans are the main characters. These first generation immigrants jumping in our business,
Oh, so
not
you're
helping.
putting her in third place.
Most definitely.
That's fucked up. Why?
They're only able to come to this country because of the work that the white and the black Americans did.
Exactly.
We came to an agreement for the Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Immigration Act, and now they're here in our fucking business, standing in the way of our reparations. No
Standing in
silence.
a way of y'all reparations. That
Yeah,
has
you talking
nothing
about
to do with
you talking about
Hispanics.
we ain't gonna never get it. This none of your goddamn business.
Right.
Well, I gave my opinion. If you don't
Right.
like it,
It's
Okay,
that's
none
too
of
She
in
can
our
my
give her
bad.
opinion,
opinion. Y'all
in
are
my
not
That's
gonna
too
opinion,
silence
bad.
her.
in my
we
opinion,
can
it's
give
none of your business.
our
Keep your
our
mouth shut on
feedback.
shit that has nothing to do
No,
with
no,
you.
because
Y'all
y'all
need to
have an
stop
opinion
bullying
about
her.
Hispanics, right? Y'all could speak about
Bully
Hispanics and
who?
have an opinion about everybody else. But when we give our opinion,
Anastasia, do you have a
right?
college
We
degree?
don't
Get the
care.
fuck
We don't
out of
give a
here
Do
with
damn
you
that
about
have a
your
bullshit.
college
opinions.
degree, Anastasia?
No, I don't.
Do you have a high school degree?
Oh
I
Lord.
do.
Because it doesn't sound like it, Mel.
Girl,
You see,
okay,
Uh, uh,
that
uh, uh,
doesn't
uh, uh, uh,
matter. It doesn't matter.
you need
it
to take some
matters.
courses in Black history
It
then.
does not matter. It does
It
not
Continue your
matters
matter.
because
education,
I can't
baby.
have a
It does not matter.
conversation with
Just
you.
because you have a degree
Well, then
doesn't
don't
mean
have a
that you're the
conversation with
smartest
me
person in the
about
world.
this.
Get the
Like,
fuck
You
out
don't
of
know what
here.
I'm talking about it when
why are
I've
you
had
here
Black
then?
history courses.
Why are you here?
Because I have
Good.
freedom of speech just like you do, but you're not about to
Okay,
sit
so
here and
why would you
disrespect
ask
me.
that question
You
then?
try
If
you
you
trying to
have it
bring up
just
my
like me,
college
if you
education or
have it
lack
just like
thereof, but
me, why would you bring that up, ma'am?
Anastasia, you could go to YouTube University, but you're too lazy. You want to come up here and talk shit on these panels like I don't understand it. Sharon, you too. You right behind her.
Oh, I'm on my way to school, brother.
But
Thank you.
that's what I'm
the
Thank
saying.
God.
average
You
left
guys are
wingers
coming
can only
off
result
more
in
Literally,
racist.
literally.
insults
Like,
and
I'm
bringing
about to
people down. But
graduate,
guess what?
motherfucker.
You
You said
ain't gonna get
Stop.
me.
you said
Please
we're
stop.
coming off more racist because we cooking these people in our damn business?
Who's
Right.
cooking? Nobody. Yo, you not cooking at all. You think you
Girl,
All
are?
you're
You
you
doing
just
is
got
not,
air
acting
bro.
like
fried 4
You
children,
times.
not,
like
bro.
4
You
times.
chitter
not.
chatting
You
back and
still
forth off
You
each
smoking,
not.
other. You're
Sharon.
piggybacking
You
off of
not.
each other and trying to bring other people down. But that's not what this is supposed to be about. It's supposed
Nobody's
to
trying
be
to
a
bring anybody
debate
down.
on
Y'all are trying to
fact,
bring
not
down
about
the.
feelings.
And we're debating.
And
Who's
that's the
trying to
problem
bring
with
y'all
y'all.
down? I gave my opinion, and then y'all started to
Stay
attack
out
me
our
because
business. That's our opinion.
because I don't agree.
Okay, stay out our business.
I
It's a
hope y'all
lot of
get y'all
people that are
reparations.
agree, but they stay in the
I hope
comments.
y'all get y'all
Right.
Do
reparations.
y'all believe in freedom of
But in all
speech?
honesty, I don't think that shit is gonna happen.
We
Respectfully.
didn't ask you that, but this is
All
none of your
right,
business
so
anyway.
all right, what are the
You
odds that
mad. You big mad.
listen? I'm going to let some more people up. I have 4 very strong personalities up here, which I appreciate. You're definitely not boring, but just let me get other people up here, and then I'll open it back up. Okay?
Yeah, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. I mean, Air Fridays, immigrants.
All right. H Town. Where are you? I'm guessing Houston or no?
Yes.
Okay. And what is this, Paul?
Who?
Oh, okay. Forget it. I'm so sorry. What brings you up?
I'm just trying to understand why everyone is out here arguing on your panel when
Okay.
you're clearly entertained by this.
Wait, I'm entertained by it.
Yes, everyone is against each other, and you're clearly is entertained.
Are you not entertained?
No, I'm not entertained by seeing people argue about things, and you're
Okay.
sitting here like just full of yourself.
Okay. So if I give you a 1-800 number, do you want to call my manager?
No, you need to call the psych ward and find out why you enjoy having lives like this that bring people up here to get into it with one another. Like
Okay.
It's not his
you,
fault that people want to argue. I'm not gonna lie. You can't blame him for
Thank
that.
you.
yes, but you guys have to understand that this is like this man and he likes this.
When people
Well,
don't agree,
listen.
they
I
tend
had
to start
every
attacking
intention.
and be
Sorry, go
disrespectful.
ahead, Sharon.
No, I'm just saying, like, for example, like if we don't agree, the problem is on TikTok when we don't agree, we start to throw insults, we start to diminish one another, talk bullshit. It's okay to disagree because I have had a conversation with other black people and they don't get like this. We disagree, but they do
That's what
not
I'm
get like
saying.
this.
Yeah, like
It's just
I
for
had every
entertainment
intention of
purposes.
having a peaceful conversation, but then people started insulting me and someone else on the panel.
I
So
went on another panel and
we're all human, and we're gonna raise our voice when people start trying to get a little spicy with us. But
H Town, it is for entertainment purposes only, and we don't really know Dave's perspective. He might be agreeing with the people that
Dave
it
is
seems like he's disagreeing with,
no
and
Dave
he's
likes
just using
this.
a spicy topic.
He likes
So
this. He likes this
sure, I mean, of course, 250
because
people
it
in here
doesn't
like this as
affect
Yeah,
him.
well.
but this is
He
the
likes
thing.
this.
I like when Muslims, Democrats, and black supremacist Americans come up and embarrass themselves.
Yes, you like this because
Okay. So
Embarrass
you
myself.
figured it out.
yes, you're
You cracked the
you're a
code,
total
love.
joke. You're a total jerk and a total joke, Dave.
Wait, say that again.
You are a joke, and it's
Okay.
sad that you like having people on your panel to disagree and have all of these different things going on your panel. Instead of you trying to be a reason of a voice of reason, you like this.
H
Okay.
Town, I think it's very informative though. I mean, he's not embarrassing me. I'm educated. You'll
I
probably
mean,
see
if
me
it's
on
informative,
TV
then
one
you
day.
guys wouldn't be arguing.
Not
No,
Jasmine defending the white man. Go ahead, girl.
you have to tell people when they're wrong. You have to stop people from
Yes,
spreading
and you have
false
to
So
tell
you
people
guys
when
propaganda.
are
to
not
stop
just
playing
telling
victim.
you're not just telling each other that you're wrong, you're throwing insults at each other. So
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Sometimes that's what happens. That comes with the territory. This is TikTok.
Well,
If you're scared, get a dog. I don't know what to tell you.
Dave,
What do
you
you
need
want?
to get some more glasses.
Okay, thank
But
you.
good day.
So that's throwing insults, ma'am. You're doing the
Insult.
same
No,
thing.
I'm saying
Well,
he
it's
needs to
okay.
get
It's okay.
glasses
I'm
so
not
he
worried
can
about it.
see that he's making a division.
No, he's
That's what
not.
I'm
He's
saying.
actually just putting a highlight on a lot of people's talking points in America. Y'all don't
Jasmine,
put
you
Exactly.
was
Jasmine,
the
everything
Jasmine
on
loudest
defending
end
the
one.
white
at all.
man.
Jasmine, you were
Fuck
the
yeah.
loudest one on the panel.
You said,
You
yeah, I was definitely the strongest one, and I appreciate
no,
her
I didn't
posting.
say strong. I said loud.
Oh, well, you got to be loud. People, you got
Yeah,
to
he
talk
definitely
over
left it.
people.
I'm probably the strongest one, but
No,
that's
no,
me.
no, no,
But
no,
I
no.
didn't come here to insult anyone. But
But
Dave,
you just
I do.
insulted me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because you are full. You are keeping
There
people
goes another
divided.
insult.
You're keeping
Listen, I
people
really don't
divided.
care.
You're keeping us divided. Everyone needs to come
I
together.
don't think we would agree even if
Everyone
we
needs
were
to
on the
come
same panel.
together and love each other, and
I
not
agree with
fall
that.
into
I agree
these
with
type
that
of
statement.
panels.
Kumbaya sounds great, but so does sharing facts.
All right. Anything else, H Town?
Bye, Dave.
Oh my god.
All right. William C. William
Wow.
C. Are you here to give a review as well?
Give a review.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you sound annoyed that like I'm blowing your phone up or something. What's up, William?
No, I was annoyed because you wouldn't let me in.
Okay. Well, okay. No problem. I could give you a 1-800 number. You could call my manager. But what brings you up, kind sir?
Nothing.
Why do he need to let you in if you don't have anything to say, William?
Well, I have before.
5 o'clock somewhere. That's for damn sure. What the fuck are you up to at 10 a.m.?
Thinking.
Nothing wrong with that, sir. Nothing wrong with that. So you're drinking and TikToking. But what do you want to add to the conversation?
Um, like
Did you say vodka? Okay. All right, William. Listen, check back later
well,
on. We'll
no,
see
I,
where we
Your
stand.
MAGA supporters. These are the MAGA supporters that support you, Dave, and
Okay,
What
support
are you
my
see
talking
movement.
about?
now you're
What are
This
you
is what
talking
reaching.
it
about?
is. No, I'm not
No, no, no,
reaching.
no,
I'm
no.
telling the truth.
You cannot just
You guys
generalize an
don't. You guys
entire
do
group of
not
people.
want
Like,
to
what does that
hold
sound like?
accountability for
I
your
wonder.
own. Why don't you hold accountability for your own?
Generalizing.
Wait, you
Alex,
mean there's no Carmela Harris voters drinking Hennessy at fucking 10 a.m.?
Ew, Hennessy is bad. The VSOP is better,
Well,
actually.
I mean,
Well,
whatever. It
we're
is what
talking
it
about
is.
Hey, tit
MAGA.
for tat.
We're talking about MAGA.
Mira, how are you, Mira? Mira?
I'm good. Can y'all hear
Oh,
me?
you sound
Hello.
great. What brings you? Oh, okay. You sound great. What brings you up, Mira?
I wanted to touch on the systemic racism topic too, because I feel like there's like a misunderstanding about like what systemic racism is, just period, and how it affects the community today.
All right. Can I
Um,
ask who you heard say something incorrect, and then you could respond? Who was talking
um,
about it in the wrong
I
way?
don't, I don't remember exactly who it was, but all you guys were talking about playing the victim card and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, go ahead with your point, and then
Yeah,
somebody
nah.
will respond. Go ahead.
I feel like it's ignorant to deny someone of their experiences just because you haven't experienced them. Um, and it takes away from our history and what Black Americans have been through being here. It takes away from our experiences. And just because laws are passed does not mean people's mindsets changed overnight. And that just because a law was passed, like, oh, racism stopped existing and stopped affecting our community. Like, that's just ignorant to think that way. But
So the question I've asked multiple times, very simply, how long is this how long is this victim card good for? Like, is there any
it's not a victim
expiration date on this motherfucker?
it's not a victim card. It's the fact that
Okay.
we're not letting people take away our history. And it wasn't that long ago because our grandparents still remember segregation. So everybody acting like this was just some long thing that was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it wasn't. We just now got a lot of the rights that we have today. So why is everybody trying to take away our history, but we have to sit here and honor, which was a horrible thing. We have to honor the Holocaust and other terrible things that happened in history, but we want to erase all these years of slavery like it didn't happen and like these things didn't pour into America. Was built off the back of what has happened to us. So to try to erase that entire side of history is detrimental to us. Like try to take things out of the Black History Museum, what does that really do? Because you want people to stop talking about it.
You know
You
what?
want me to
I'm going to say something that is going to be unpopular. But if we never talked about the terrible history, I think more people would not play victim. They would realize quicker that they live in the greatest country on this planet, and this country would be better as a whole. When we have a certain percentage of the American people nonstop bitching, moaning, whining, when once again nothing happened to you, nobody told you guys to go pick fucking cotton or to get to the back of the bus. So that's my hot take. You can respond, Mira.
So you're saying because it didn't exactly happen to us in our generation that we should not like care about it. We should let it go because it happened to our ancestors and not us.
Precisely.
So the results are affecting us.
Yeah,
And
the results.
how so? How is your great grandmother getting told don't drink from the same water fountain as the white folk? How does that affect you today?
I was speaking more along the you can't live in the same neighborhood
Oh,
as the
Mira
white
was
folks.
actually going to try and answer that. Go ahead,
I'm
Mira.
sorry.
Well, systemic racism still affects us today because, for one, I mean, we could start with the criminal justice system and how it disproportionately affects Black people and how everybody wants to talk about the father leaving the household. But we back in the 90s when they were passing these laws that enforced mass incarceration, it disproportionately affected Black people. It pulled the Black father out of the household, and then everybody wanted to turn and blame the Black single mothers for what's happening to the boys and not the government, and how a lot of these
But
things were put in place
Mira,
that were
can you give
detrimental
me
to the
something
community.
that happened to your ancestors and how it directly affects you today?
Slavery and racism does affect us today. It still affects us today.
Okay, and how has slavery? When was the last time slavery impacted your daily life?
It affects, and it's not just, it stems from slavery, right? It's that racism and everything. It all stems from slavery. It affects it affects our education system. It affects our criminal justice system. And it does still happen today. You think all the racists just disappeared? And I mean, it seems like you're one of them too. So I mean,
So Myra,
Wait, hold on one second, Jasmine. Hold on one second, love. Mira, what is something that I've said or done that has been racist?
I mean, looking at your prompt, the three biggest failures in the USA is Black Americans, Muslims, and Democrats. You can say what you want about Democrats. I could give a fuck less. But Black Americans are the biggest failures. And then what do Muslims even have to do with this conversation? That's another thing I was trying to figure out because nobody touched on that either.
Well, to be fair, I was on the Muslims. I was on their necks for months. And now it's the Black Americans' turn. But I think all three groups failed miserably in this country for different reasons, of course. Muslims, they do a lot of terrorist attacks, right? That's obvious. Democrats are so unpopular.
That is such an ignorant thing to say.
Dave,
Wait, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you saying Muslims do not conduct terrorist attacks all over the world?
name the terrorist attacks.
How about the one
I mean,
on?
if you look at the statistics, most of
Hold
the
on,
terrorist
Myra,
attacks
just let
in
them name
America.
Wait,
it.
hold
Let
on.
them
How
name
about we'll just start with New Orleans on New Year's Day. That was a.
They're only going to be
Muslim.
able to bring up New Orleans and 9/11. Watch.
Right. And
Okay,
then
what
those
about
weren't your
the
real Muslims.
Boston bombers? What
So
about
do you say that
9/11?
those outweigh what white American crimes are doing to America? Are you trying to say those three things?
Okay, on
If you look up the
9/11.
statistics, most of the terroristic attacks in America have happened from far right extremists. Far right extremist white men have done most
That's
of the
what the
terrorist
Biden
attacks in
administration.
America.
Okay, so no problem. So tell me the last time a white nationalist, however you want to describe him, took a plane and flew it into a building.
What is it? That's not the only way to commit a terrorist attack, sir.
Okay.
A terrorist attack is walking into a church and unaliving a whole group of people. That's a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack is somebody, little Tommy, picking up a pew-pew and walking into a school and offing everybody. That's also a
Wait,
terrorist
so
attack.
you're calling a sixth grader now a white supremacist?
What about the guy who ran the car into the two girls behind Charlie Kirk just recently?
So just to make it clear, throughout the world, is there a religion this century that has killed more people?
Religion
The
shouldn't
white
have
crime.
anything to do with
White
this
Christian
conversation
nationalists.
because
White
Okay.
Christian nationalists. That's it
white
right there.
extremists,
Okay, great.
right
So,
wing extremists are most of the
well,
terrorist attacks in America. But you guys are so hell bent on how they're represented because of 9/11, everybody wanted to promote this fear of Muslims. I've never have you, and you want to say how does that affect you today? What Muslim have you met personally that was violent towards you? I would love to know. I've never met a violent Muslim in person in my entire life, right?
yeah, I avoid
I've
them at
never.
all costs. They scare me. Whenever
You're scared because of your ignorance. If you
Oh,
learn
okay.
more about it, you
Okay,
would not
so
be scared.
wait, Mira, shut the fuck up. With all due respect, shut the fuck up.
Ignorance brings
Whenever
fear.
we go to the religionofpeace.com, it lists all the terrorist attacks that are happening throughout the world. So just over the
In
last,
predominantly Muslim countries.
.com.
okay,
You're
so
looking at predominantly Muslim
okay, so
countries.
it's
Is that what
okay
you're
if it's
looking at?
over there.
If it's a predominantly Muslim country, of course the statistics are going to be higher in a predominantly Muslim country.
Gotcha. Okay, so if somebody just walked up to you on the street and said, "What religion has killed more people this century?" What would your answer
Religion
be?
has nothing to do with it. I think religion has
Once
nothing to
again,
do with it.
Mira,
There's
answer my
extremists in
question
every
directly, please.
religion.
Mira, answer my question directly. What religion
I'm answering
has,
it. It has nothing to do with it. And that's exactly what I would say. Religion has nothing to do with it.
but if we look at all the different terrorist attacks that have happened, there's different profiles you could put together from how much money, education,
Stereotyping. No, I'm not
single
gonna I'm
parent,
not gonna do that off
you
of
know what I
somebody's
mean?
religion.
The one constant is their religion.
How is that no, it's not. No, it's
Oh,
not. Because you could say Muslims, but I mean the KKK was also a Christian group as well. There's extremists in every religion.
of course. And if the KKK starts putting on suicide vests and murdering innocent people, we'll address that. But that's not
Is
what's
that the
going
only
on.
way to be a terrorist? You could be a terrorist by sending out a terroristic threat. You could be considered a terrorist. Is that the flying planes and
Yeah,
having
but
we
this
watch too much
website it
TV.
just
That's
documents
all
people that were
movies,
hurt or
movies and
killed.
television. That sounds like what you're quoting.
We have a .gov website with the stats for the Muslims.
Wait. So, Mira? Are you a Muslim? Yes or no?
No, I'm not. I have Muslim
Okay.
brothers though, so I don't appreciate
Of course,
the,
of
the
course,
rhetoric.
of course. Up there. I'm so sorry. Retro, are you a Muslim, sir?
Oh, sir, absolutely not.
Okay, Jasmine, are you a Muslim, though?
No, I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Christian.
Okay, that's amazing. So we have 3 Black Americans up here defending Islam.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Would you say that we're defending
Is
Islam?
is that deflecting? Because just first thought is the deflection. But
No,
go ahead.
I think that we're actually telling the truth about what's going on in America and denouncing the false things that you're saying. Now, does that
Okay,
say
what
that
did I
we're
say that was inaccurate, please?
well, you try to portray that the most terroristic acts in America come from
By
Muslims.
Muslims. A simple Google search will show you that right wing extremists commit the
Okay,
most
hold on
terrorist
one second.
crimes.
Hold on one second. If I said who is conducting the most terrorist attacks throughout the world, would the answer then be Muslims?
We would say Israel.
Most
They're not
war
real Muslims. They're not real
happened in
anything. These people just found that land and claim to be Israel. I just told you that Israel is a person. It's not a country. It's not a
Israel is a
landmark.
person.
It
Okay,
is a
so
person.
once again, I'm not going to go down the road of the Middle East, but on Wednesdays, on Hump Day, it is Wednesday. Wednesday nights, we bash militaries here. I put on camo, and you come in and bash whatever military you want. But what I'm talking about is just an individual person that gets bored and takes their car and runs over innocent people, puts on a suicide vest,
That
etc.
would be white
Hey,
people.
Dave.
Okay,
So
hold on one second.
That's not
When
the
was
only way
when
to
was
commit a terroristic attack. You know how many school pew-pews that we've had in the
Well,
last
that's
few
what
months,
he's
which is
trying to
ridiculous.
wait?
say.
Hold on one
That's what
second,
he's
please.
saying.
Very directly, Jasmine. When was the last time a white Christian nationalist, or I guess a 6th grader shooting up a school, put on a suicide vest or took their car and killed
So
innocent
I'm
people?
talking about vests. You're watching too much TV.
I'm
Let
asking
me answer
Jasmine.
his question real quick.
Mira, what is your problem? I'm not
Because you
talking
think a
to you.
terrorist
Why are
means
you
that you have
talking?
to.
Hello, Mira?
Okay, go
Are
ahead.
you okay?
No, I'm fine.
All right, Jasmine, answer my question, love.
Well, I don't think they can afford that. I think ICE took all the military gear, so they can't do that. So they just have to go in how they going in doing it. But the most crime is by these white Christian nationalists that follow, all these white Christian nationalist leaders on all these platforms of internet and Trumpers and all of that. So
And
that is the
Kirkers,
problem.
and Kirkers, the younger generation
I
of
didn't
You
want to
guys,
say that.
you guys are. I'm telling you, man. It is scary that I have three people up here with pretty much the same thought process, and that goes back to the biggest problem in this country. It is people that they refuse to acknowledge facts and
What
no
facts
common
don't you
sense.
acknowledge?
That's
Okay,
a scary question.
Dave, let me ask you this question. So, do you think that black people had access to financial literacy back in the 80s and 70s before we came into life? Do you think that
I
they
don't
had?
know. I have no
You
clue.
don't
I
know that?
wasn't
Okay, well let
there.
me let me educate you real quick, Dave, because I don't think you're a racist at all. I don't think you have racism in your bones.
It's
I think
2025.
it doesn't matter if the year
Yes.
changed. Racism still lives in people's hearts dearly. But black people, when we say systemic racism, we say this because we've never been introduced to financial literacy. We've never been introduced to the same things that you guys have been introduced to. Those things were suppressed from us. Politics was suppressed from us. The literacy with
How is
education was
politics?
suppressed.
Finish up.
Hang on.
Finish up.
These things were suppressed from black people back in the 70s and 60s. So our parents and our grandparents couldn't teach us these things. They taught us the things to be afraid of and to watch out for safety. But as far as financial literacy, economic literacy, politic literacy, we didn't have access to that. Our families didn't have access to that. So the chain reaction that comes from that would be systemic racism, which puts us at a poverty level because we don't have access to the same informal things that you guys had access to
Had access
to,
to
to
your
go through
whole.
life. So now that we're
Mhm.
struggling to climb up out of the swamps, and now that some of us have made it to the surface, you guys want to say, well, one person made it to the surface, so everybody down there couldn't be drowning. That's
Jasmine, I
ignorant.
must tell you, love, you remind me of a young Carmela Harris, where you ramble on for a good 2 minutes and nothing really is said. Does that
Well,
make
that's
sense?
sad because no, it doesn't
It
make
is
sense because
sad.
I
It
just
is sad.
explained to you. I just
Because your
explained to
your
you that
your lady did that, Carmela.
no, I just explained to you the opportunities that were demised from our community that did not help us in this race. So at the end of the day, you cannot just sit up here and say we went to the best school systems because we were white. We went to we lived in the best housing districts because we were white. You guys didn't, so now you're just rambling off stuff. I
Yeah,
can't
but to
understand
be
how you're
honest,
not.
Jasmine, I did go to I went to Catholic schools my whole life, all the way through high school. But and I went to the best high school in this city. But there were black people in my high school.
Was it 5 black people?
Wait, was it 5? No, it was more than 5. I mean, it wasn't 50-50.
Was
I'm
it
not gonna lie to
predominantly
you.
white?
What year did you go to high school?
Don't worry about it, baby. Don't you
No,
try
no,
and
that's
figure out my
very
age,
important.
Jasmine.
That's important.
I bet it is.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right, but
because if
Jasmine, in
you're a
all seriousness,
1990s
it's
baby,
not. There's no historically white colleges here in this country, right?
what happened to
Princeton,
him?
Yale, Harvard.
What
These are
happened to
Ivy
the
League,
historic?
predominantly white institutions. They're not.
Well,
Oh my
Harvard's a
God.
black.
Oh, they're
Harvard's
predominantly
now
black.
black.
Oh, okay.
My goal, okay, and I've said this a couple times, is my goal is to make sure when black people look in the mirror once they leave my broadcast, is they look in the mirror and say, no white person is going to hold me back today. Okay, and I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere
Is this
with
like rage
you,
bait?
Jasmine.
Yeah, no.
Is this
Oh, that's
rage
bad.
bait? Like,
It's the rest of the community that you're holding back, and you're stepping
Yeah,
over,
but
playing
you
a
two are
blind
up
black
here
kid.
acting like you're better
I
than
can.
everybody else by
No.
defending the poor folk.
Why don't you
Why
focus
not
on the
defend the
things
poor
happening in
folks?
your
We care about them
community?
too. Some of them are our family members. Some of them are our coworkers. Some of the people we care about. So we're not just going to step over them like you guys.
I think whoever said focus on my community, my goal is.
Yeah, and trying to
Wait,
figure
hold on,
out
let
why
me
y'all
answer.
kids like to go pew pew people instead of going to therapy and all that other shit. Why don't y'all figure that out That's a common issue in America as well.
Well,
You guys can focus there.
my thought process is, if whenever people look in the mirror, put their cocoa butter in, whatever the fuck they're doing, and if they
Like,
sincerely
the
mean that,
microaggressions are
hold on
killing
one
me. Like,
second, they sincerely mean no white person is going to hold me back, I think it helps the whole country.
no,
Right?
so
They don't go into other neighborhoods, leave the
let me go
hood,
put my
or leave the
cocoa
ghetto
butter.
and go rob.
Let me go put my cocoa butter
Hell
on.
of
How
a
about that?
catchphrase. That's a super
Fuck.
catchphrase there. No white people gonna hold me back, and you just excel onto
And
stardom,
then just
huh?
start putting your
Success.
cocoa butter
All you
on.
have to say
No,
is magical words,
Dave
huh?
reminds me of one of the white guys at our job. As nurses, we sit and laugh at this shit. It's nothing wrong with it. It's funny
Wait,
as
is
fuck.
it racist to say cocoa butter now?
No, it's not. Y'all know that we love cocoa butter. It
I
is what
love
it
cocoa
is.
butter.
It's to say victim card when we're talking about systemic oppression.
Wait,
That's
I'm
what.
oppressing you by saying I
It's not
use cocoa butter?
No,
it's
it's
not a victim
racist to
card.
deny and diminish systemic oppression. That's
It is.
racist.
You guys, I mean,
That
that's
victim card,
crazy.
that victim card is like, yeah,
If
that's
you
pretty
learn more
racist.
No,
about it,
no.
and
So,
see
Dave,
where
I'm
things
gonna get
come
off here,
from.
but I have a serious question for you.
But hold
Um,
on, wait, hold on. I just need a yes or no. Is it oppressing you that me, a white man, uses cocoa butter?
If you buy it all up,
Oh my god.
leave some for us.
Oh my
White
god.
Dave,
Like,
Dave, I
people
have
as
a real
well.
question.
That's a damn shame. All right, I'm done with this live. So to use cocoa butters, a white dude uses cocoa butter is now racist. That's crazy. All right, I love you all. I'll be back later on tonight. Click the link in my bio. Follow me on YouTube. All of the shenanigans that happened this morning will be on there. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Behave.